sports history that we have in the Valley. We're going to talk national, we're going to talk regional, but it all begins here at home. So that is where a lot of those topics and conversations that we have with you every Tuesday are going to come from.
By all means, Tuesdays at 5, right here on Western Reserve Radio and streaming live on westernreserveradio.com.
It's away from Rockley. Rockley will punt it down to the 35, taken there. Look out as Audain gets free down the sideline across midfield, pushed out of bounds at the last moment, and a flag coming in late after the play is over. Taking it to 35 on the Nassau side of the field, and Audain may have gotten to the 35 of Northland.
Yeah, there's actually a couple flags on this play here. I wonder if there's a legal block in the back before the penalty happened here at the end, which might be a late hit on Northland.
Holding against Nassau. So the return, a good one of 30 yards. But they're going to back it up a little bit, and a second penalty is declined.
So both of those penalties were on the Lions there, and really puts a hole in what they were maybe trying to do here at the end of the half, which is very fortunate for Northland.
They would have had great field position.
And could put some more points on the board,
Absolutely.
Which would really demoralize the Pioneers going into halftime.
Just 20 seconds left here before we get to the break. Jim Tyree, Greg McVeigh with you.
Need some windshield wipers here on our windows.
I was just getting ready to say, from the sunny tropics of Glen Ellen, Illinois. Ball at the 36-yard, make it the 37, and Nassau will have a couple of shots at it here. Genova's going to be sacked, and there's Mr. McCaddy again getting through. He gets a big sack on Genova, and they may let time go here. I think they will. It'll be halftime, and we have reached the – oh, no, do they get the timeout? I think they do.
I'll tell you, Mr. McCaddy has played himself a half. Certainly needs to keep doing that in the second half and maybe have some of his teammates come and play alongside him.
Came right up the middle to take Genova down, who was wanting to go deep down the right sideline. Good coverage. Give credit where credit is due for Northland on that right sideline that time. 6.6 seconds left, and the Northland Pioneers did call a timeout, so they stopped the clock.
Interesting decision there to stop the clock there.
Yeah, I think you're right, especially since it's only second down.
Yeah, I'm not really sure with the rationale behind that, but they did it. And, that's why they pay them a lot of money to be coaches.
So another shot here with 6.6 seconds left. After the conclusion of the game today, we'll have the player of the game and the winning coach on with us. Genova, middle of the field, complete to Tucker. Tucker hit, taken down by a young man who we have not talked about very much, Tristan Murrin. Murrin leads the country in tackles coming into this game with 130, but we've only seen him a couple of times make plays here. Now, he did have an interception in the first quarter, but it did not end up meaning much to Northland. And a timeout with 2 seconds on the clock. A Northland player is down. It looks like he's going to be able to get up. And that's an important one. It's Mr. McCaddy, Marquavius McCaddy. He was the player for Northland that was down on the turf, but it looks like he's up and he'll be okay.
Northland calling another timeout here. I'm not understanding the rationale behind it. Maybe they're hoping for a turnover, return it for a touchdown. Yeah. I'm not really sure, but very curious in my eyes.
So one more play, and why not?
It's been entertaining.
It has. It has not been boring, that's for sure. 24-6 your score. The Nassau Lions will just kneel down, and that'll do it. Anticlimactic end to a very neat first half here at the Red Grange Bowl at the College of DuPage campus, McDougall Field. Nassau leads 24-6 over Northland, and our halftime festivities will begin. Stay tuned as we'll run down scoring plays. We have a lot of people that are going to stop by and say hello to tell you about some of the people that are involved with the Red Grange Bowl, all that coming up and more from here in Glen Ellen. Back in a moment. This is the Red Grange Bowl 2018 edition on Sports Radio America.
Keeping your pet happy and healthy. That's what Chewy is all about, which is why we offer veterinary diets, prescriptions, even compounded medications customized for your pet, so you can get what they need to feel good. Save on pet prescriptions and more. Visit Chewy.com today.
What's my bright reason for choosing Bright Health? The $0 copay plan I chose means my husband has zero excuses not to go to the doctor. Bright Health, for all the bright reasons. See what you can save with their surprisingly low rates at brighthealthplan.com.
Neil Armstrong waited 6 hours and 39 minutes to step onto the surface of the moon. Jackie Robinson waited 20 months to play his first game with the Brooklyn Dodgers. And even DiCaprio had to wait 22 years to win an Oscar. You can wait until your destination. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to McDougall Field here in Glen Ellen, Illinois. Sunny tropics, as I said earlier, as we are at halftime, 24-6. The Nassau Lions lead the Northland Pioneers in the Red Grange Bowl. I'm Jim Tyree. Greg McVeigh, my color analyst today, stepping aside for just a moment to let Earl Dowling take the chair. He is the College of DuPage Vice President of Student Affairs and Institutional Advancement, and talk a little bit about College of DuPage. And this is our second year here. The bowl is 3 years old, but we have had so many comments, and personally for me, it's a highlight of the year for me. You guys put on a first-class event here with the Red Grange Bowl, and I know it started with Coach Foster as kind of that homage to the guy who's local and is such a legend in the game of football, but it's gone beyond that now, Earl.
It really has. In fact, we're so pleased to have you back again. You and your team make a bowl game, and we're certainly glad that you add to the environment here. I'm a little disappointed. My feet are wet, my socks are wet, I'm wet, my head is wet, but you're inside nice and dry up here in the press booth. But we had this started as an idea, started as a dream a few years ago. At the banquet Thursday night, we had Coach Thorne, John Thorne, a Hall of Fame, right, a high school coach from this area, talk about some of the things about Red Grange that many of us don't know about. The guys, of course, they're too young, but they had to be inspired by the story that Coach Thorne had, and it's a first class event. The guys are really here to play, and it's going to be a memory for a long time. College DuPage is just pleased to have a role in it.
I know that, and I know you want to make a point about the weather and how it's played into it today. But I was talking with one of the Northland players before the game started. He said it was -5 when we left the house. It's a heat wave down here.
Well, at the banquet, I was talking to a couple of them, and they said that they like doing ice fishing. And this is, I was telling Greg McVeigh, our athletic director, whom I said, this is why I love baseball.
In a time of year that it's played in. Exactly. This year, College of DuPage puts the event on, even though their team is not involved in it this year. You get these two teams that come from New York and Minnesota. I think each year now it really has grown as far as the just the overall scope of the event and how it plays out to those that are outside looking in.
I think so, right. In fact, the sign out on the football field says College of DuPage, home of the Red Grange Bowl. Regardless of who's playing in this game, of course, we want to play in it going forward in the future. But this is the home of the Red Grange Bowl. We want College DuPage to be a major player in this football. We're so glad to host this event. If the weather, can't say anything about the weather. This is Chicagoland in December.
It's December, yeah.
But this is football,
right? And
these guys will walk away today with a memory that when they're your age, yep. They'll be talking
maybe a little younger like you.
I was hoping you'd say that.
But give me that 20 later.
But they'll talk about this. They'll talk about this game, and the weather will not be in their conversation. They'll talk about the opportunity to play in a bowl game. Right. In college.
When you're young, weather doesn't make any difference. You want to play the game.
Absolutely, yeah.
And Red Grange would have never complained about how cold it was.
And honestly, I'm probably the only one complaining, so I'm going to stop complaining about the weather.
And I'm making the jokes.
But if I could just say one more thing,
Sure.
in addition to you guys being here, we're so honored to have the military here, the junior ROTC here. The Illinois National Guard has been a strong supporter of this for a while. So,
and I know you're proud of your staff and what they do as far as getting this event put on.
One of the things I've heard from the parents and the coaching staff of both teams is that College DuPage athletic department has put on a first-class operation. And that's always good when you're part of the administration to hear we puff out our chest.
Good. You need to. I appreciate it. Thanks for letting us come.
Thank you very much.
Earl Dowling, the College of DuPage Vice President for Student Affairs and Institutional Advancement. We'll come back in just a moment with our next guest. Jim DeMario will join us as we talk a little bit about how Ronald McDonald House has been associated with this event as well. That's next. The Red Grange Bowl is on Sports Radio America.
This episode is made possible by PwC. When you bring together human ingenuity, passion, and experience with the latest technology, the future starts to look a whole lot smarter. Which is why the new equation is meeting the future of work today with ProEdge. Digitally upskill your entire organization to keep ahead of the curve and drive growth. Learn more at thenewequation.com.
This is Shaquille O'Neal. You know Shaq Diesel, Superman, Big Aristotle, Big Cactus, Big Shamrock. If you're not listening to Sports Radio America, play Shaq Fu.
Football players aren't afraid of the cold, neither are the marching bands, as they are coming out onto the field right now with a marching band, at least the drum corps of one. And brave souls they are here at the Red Grange Bowl, Glen Ellen. And halftime, 24-6, our halftime score. Nassau leading Northland. My name is Jim Tyree, and joining me now is Jim DeMaria, who is the Vice President of Ronald McDonald House Charities of Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. And they're one of the sponsors of the event, but also one that gains from this event, benefits from this event, and that's a great thing. We love to see any time that Ronald McDonald House Charities is involved and is the benefit of any type of event like this.
And I can't thank Coach Foster enough and the administrative staff of the College DuPage. This is the third year we've had the opportunity to work with them, but it goes beyond the Red Grange Bowl. I can tell you, Coach always has his players come volunteer for activities and to really interact with the kids and the families that stay at the Ronald McDonald House in Winfield. So we're thrilled to be a part of it again this year, Jim.
As somebody, Jim, that is a former, at one point in my life, I worked in the hospital field in the industry, and I also a parent of a child with special needs. I know how important Ronald McDonald House is to parents of sick children, and I know that it can't be stated enough what you guys do for parents.
And unfortunately, the need for what we do, Jim, is continuing to grow every year, and we continue to expand to be able to take care of as many of those families so they can stay as close to their child that's in the hospital as possible. You know, we're one of the larger Ronald McDonald House Charities chapters with 5 houses in the Chicagoland area, all affiliated with the major hospitals.
Right.
And, you know, if you remember anything about the charity, I ask you to remember 2 things. Number one, what we do is we keep that family structure together because the stress of having a sick child can tear a family apart.
Exactly.
And secondly, is we allow families, even though we're a local chapter, on a global level to be able to take advantage of our services so they can get the best medical attention they can for their sick child.
And I know this time of year, it's extremely important. Yeah, it's the holidays. It's also the winter time. There's a whole lot that goes in to this time of year, and it's very important for you guys.
It's extremely important for us. And, you know, it's very difficult on those families, generally speaking. But to your point, this time of the year, it's even more difficult. So what we try to do at the house is to make those families feel at home and give them a Christmas, for example,
Absolutely.
Is foremost in our minds.
Yeah, it's important for that family unit to try to stay as normal as they can.
And that's exactly what we try to do in a nutshell. You know, we try to keep their lives as normal within the confines of what they're going through.
Yeah. And again, the third year for this event, you guys have been involved since the outset, and I know you're real happy with what's going on.
Oh, we're ecstatic by what's going on. on. And again, we're very proud to be a part of such a great event.
Yeah. Good, happy holidays to you.
And the same to you, Jim.
It's
Thank you.
always good to see you, buddy.
Pleasure. Thanks so
All
much.
right. That's Jim DeMaria, the Vice President of Ronald McDonald House Charities of Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. For more than 40 years now, Ronald McDonald House Charities of Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana has cared for families of children with complex medical needs by providing comfort, compassion, and a sense of community. Each night, they keep more than 150 families close to the care and resources they need at 5 area Ronald McDonald houses and 3 Ronald McDonald family rooms, allowing families to stay close to their hospitalized child, supports the child's health and the well-being while saving families hotel and food costs. To learn more or get involved, I urge you to go to ronaldhousechicago.org or any Ronald McDonald House charities, but especially ronaldmcdonaldhousechicago.org. ronaldhousechicago.org, as they are involved here with the Red Grange Bowl. 24-6, Nassau leads Northland. We'll return in just a moment here at halftime in Glen Ellen. This is the Red Grange Bowl on Sports Radio America. Come on over, Mike.
Susan, it's so great to finally be able to get together again.
Oh, it sure is. And I really appreciate you picking up the bill.
I'm happy to. I've got the extra cash. Since we've all been driving so much more again, I've been using Get Upside, the free gas app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Get Upside app?
Yes, up to 25 cents a gallon. Cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Some months I make $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Get Upside app now.
Download the free Get Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play to save up to 25 cents a gallon when you buy gas. Use promo code PHIL for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents a gallon on your next fill-up. You can cash out anytime to PayPal or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code PHIL for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code PHIL.
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. Get free tips to help boost your retirement savings now at aceyourretirement.org/Shiro.
A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Winding down halftime here for the Red Grange Bowl. 24-6, Nassau leads Northland in a fun-filled first half. Boy, we've seen some things that we've never seen before, to be honest with you, as we continue with some of the people that are integral in the putting on of the Red Grange Bowl and are involved with. Joining me now, Staff Sergeant Michael Vertucci of the Delta Company Recruit Sustainment Program in the Illinois National Guard. And Michael, it's good to see you again.
Hey, pleasure being here.
I hate that this is the only time we see each other, but it's good that way, I guess.
I do agree. It seems like every time we meet, the weather's not too good either. So it's all good though. Good
We're all
game
safe
today.
and sound up here in the press
I'm
box.
dry.
You guys have been involved since the outset as well of this event, and I know you're happy to be involved in this.
Most definitely. I've known Coach Foster for the better part of 5 years now, and anytime I can do anything for him, provide any kind of he loves the military, he loves this country. So anytime I can bring that to this football game, and for this occasion, we try to go above and beyond by bringing East Aurora JROTC today, and then Hubbard JROTC from the city of Chicago. So it was a good day.
Who did a great job with the color guard out there at the beginning.
I felt bad. We came, it was drier this morning. Then we came out with 2 minutes left before the halftime show, and then that lasted about 10 minutes. They stood out there in the rain waiting to do their halftime performance. I felt bad.
Could be snowing, I guess.
It could.
Absolutely. Now, in your position, recruit sustainment, very important. You gotta make sure that these guys get in and stay with what they're doing with the National Guard.
Right. So in my line of work right now as a recruiter, I try to find individuals that are interested in joining the Army National Guard, serving their country and community, but also is just helping them become soldiers, but also just great individuals for the society. And that's my main focus. And I think by doing that, within Delta Company, within the Illinois Army National Guard, we're just providing citizens for the state of Illinois that are going to be contributing people.
Yeah.
Not only for the military, but our state.
And that's the thing I don't think a lot of people realize about the National Guard is, yeah, you're part of the military, but you also are a part of community-based events and resources, and you're doing almost double duty as a part of the National Guard.
Right. So a lot of our soldiers, the majority of them are just 1 week in a month, a few weeks during the summer. So a lot of people aren't even familiar with the Army National Guard because they only see them when the natural disasters hit. So they don't understand that the firefighter, the teacher, the lawyer, whoever it is also a soldier on a part-time status as well that can be called up at any given time.
Been working out. Goodness gracious,
no, I think the uniform just a little small.
I think you're buffing up on me. You're going to be playing in this thing before it's
Actually, I got on a long john shirt underneath as well.
I don't blame you, buddy. It's always, and I hate that the time is short, but it's always good to see you. And I know you guys are just so happy to be a part of this. And anything you can do for Coach Foster, just like us, anything we can do, we want to try and help them out as they put on a top-notch event here.
Most definitely. I appreciate your time and hope to see you next year, definitely.
Absolutely.
Under better weather, hopefully.
Maybe I'll come up this summer. We'll just grab
give
a
it a
cold
shot.
one or something.
I appreciate that.
Michael Vertucci is with the Illinois National Guard, and we appreciate his time here today. We'll take a final timeout, come back for the end of halftime and the start of the second half. We'll run down the scoring plays for you next. This is halftime of the Red Grange Bowl, 24-6 Nassau over Northland here in Glen Ellen. Back in a moment on Sports Radio America. Thank you. Appreciate it, man.
Unexpected trouble? CashNet USA can take the stress out of borrowing emergency funds. Our fast, secure application process makes it easy to apply online 24/7. Plus, CashNet USA offers same-day funding if approved before 10:30 a.m. Central Time, Monday through Friday. Additional terms may apply. Visit CashNetUSA.com or tap the banner to apply today.
180 over 111, and I had a stroke. I couldn't speak or walk.
This is high blood pressure. Get back on your plan. Go to loweryourhbp.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association, American Medical Association, and the Ad Council.
Sports Radio America here at halftime, 24-6, Nassau leading Northland in the 2018 Red Grange Bowl. The Hilton Lyle Naperville is where the Sports Radio America crew stays, located in Lyle, the most recognized hotel in the community. With over 35 years of experience hosting a wide variety of events, the hotel consistently ranks as the top choice for meetings, overnight accommodations, and special events. Dine at the Hotel Lyle Naperville for breakfast, lunch, and dinner in Allgaier's award-winning restaurant. And you don't want to miss the Sunday brunch, the largest in the Chicagoland area with the most top brunch awards. Call 630-245-0900 for reservations in Allgaier's. Special events, meetings, wedding receptions, and so much more. The hotel will exceed your expectations. Call 630-505-9000 for reservations and information, or go to Hilton.com and put in the Lyle, Illinois location, Lisle. We are just about ready to begin the second half. Teams still haven't come out of the locker room, although I just saw Nassau move down into the end zone here. They are coming out as we speak. Running down the scoring plays in the first half of this one, it was all Nassau in the first quarter. Their first drive, they won the toss and elected to receive. It was a 3-yard touchdown run for the quarterback, Steven Genova, that started the scoring in this one. A Rusakis extra point made it 7-0 with 12:01 to go in the first quarter. 7:55 remained on the clock in the first quarter when their field goal kicker for Nassau, Billy Rusakis, kicked a 32-yard field goal. Believe it or not, his first field goal of the year. He was 0 of 3 up to that point through the season, made it 10-0. There was still 1:22 left to go in the first quarter when the running back, Jeremiah Nelson for Nassau, put on a 1-yard touchdown run. Rusakis' extra point made it 17-0. Moving to the second quarter, it would be until the 2:27 mark left to go in the second quarter before Northland would actually get a touchdown on the board. from a 1-yard touchdown run from the quarterback, Craig Wells. They went for 2, did not get it. Score was 17-6. And a minute 4 later, with 1:23 left to go in the second quarter, a 30-yard touchdown pass from Genova of Nassau to the wide receiver Jalen Hood made it 24-6 after Billy Rusakis kicked the extra point. It really was all Nassau. As I welcome Greg McVeigh back into the broadcast, really was all Nassau in that first half as far as being creative. They had an onside kick. They got the benefit of a couple of turnovers by Northland. Their very first offensive play, they fumbled an option pitch. It was a first half I think Jim Cox would like to forget and maybe get his team jump-started here in the second half for a different look.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. They really need to come out here and they need to do something on this first drive. Certainly it was a first half that the Lions completely controlled, and it's 24-6. And the Lions shot themselves in the foot a little bit, and it could be worse right now, to be honest with you, for the Pioneers.
Yeah,
so
I think you're right.
It's one of those things that I think
a lot
that
of penalties,
and the game is still in question. I mean, if they come out and they put some points on the board here, you're thinking, okay, maybe they've got a chance. But if they go 3 and out and allow them to come down and score again, it's going to be a tough road to hoe the rest of the game.
Yeah. Northland will get the football to start the second half. Teams now starting to leak out of the locker room. Northland on their way out. Nassau's made their way back to the other sideline. The time actually has run out on halftime. They're being a little lenient here with both teams and giving them the time they need before the second half starts. My name is Jim Tyree, along with Greg McVeigh. Greg is the athletics director here at the College of DuPage. And your first year here at COD, Chaparral's put on such a great event here. We talked to all those people during halftime, but I want to give you a chance to kind of brag on your own staff here. These guys really put it together.
Well, I'll tell you, I am very fortunate to be surrounded by great people, from my assistant athletic director, Danielle Klein. Matt Foster is our head football coach and also an assistant athletic director. I've got great people that surround me every day. And we couldn't pull this off without the efforts of all those folks. And, being new, I've kind of relied on their experience a little bit to kind of help me through this. And certainly this is a great thing for these teams. We've played it in the past. We hope to come back and play it again. So it's one of those things that, yes, it's a first-class event from the moment these teams arrive here with the banquet and all the community service that they're involved in when they're here, to the game. It's just a wonderful event, and it's an event that we hope that these kids will remember the rest of their lives.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think a lot of them will. And Earl Dowling, who was with us during halftime, that was the first thing he said. He said, these kids are always going to remember. It doesn't matter what the weather is. They're going to remember being playing in a bowl game, being a part of this action. And a lot of these kids will go on and play at the next level, because I was here last year, Greg, and I did this game, and one of the young men that played for College of DuPage ended up for a college team that I actually do the regular season for at Eastern Kentucky University. Color analyst for their radio crew, Adam Valiga, played right here on this field last year.
Yeah, I wasn't here, but I guess he was a tremendous player, and certainly that's part of what we do here. We want to develop kids so they can go on to the next step in their lives, and our football team has done a tremendous job with that. And really all of our sports have done that, because we get kids that might have a hole here or there athletically, academically, that come here and want to get things straightened out, and they do. And they go on and have great careers at four-year institutions and become very successful in the world. So, we're here for that. So we're glad to serve that population.
Nassau kicking it off, kicking left to right, and Norsini's kick will go all the way back to the 8-yard line. St. Julian brings it up, switches direction, left to right, up the right side of the field. Little gallop step, then hit at the 31-yard line. Now a flag coming in. This has been a penalty-marred game, and I think we're going to get a block in the back here.
Well, you watch it on TV all the time. You watch football on TV all the time, whether it be college, pro football. Almost every return, there's something like that. And you're just wondering, is it just because they're out of position? Is it because they're not taught? Who knows? But it just seems like it's always being called on every kickoff return, or a punt return. It just seems like an epidemic.
Northland was going to get decent field position at the 31-yard line. It would have been their best starting field position since the first quarter, but that is no longer true. A holding call will make them start from their own 15-yard line, and that is not what they needed to start the second half.
Not at all. You want something positive to happen. It was a really good return, obviously that would have set them up, but it's kind of set them back a little bit now.
So Wells with his feet standing on his own 10, 1st and 10, handoff up the middle. Uri got running room, gets away from one, got a blocker. He could break it. No, can't get through one of the defensive backs at the 40-yard line. Really the last guy to keep him from going into enemy territory. It was Jordan Jones who got around the wide receiver blocking on that side, Khalil Grant, and was able to make the tackle, but a huge gain of 26 yards up to the 41 for Uri on a first down run.
Just what they needed at that point.
Play call coming in, 2 wideouts left, 1 right. That may be their biggest play from scrimmage in this game. Snap, run, quarterback draw, and tackled early. Winey from the linebacker position comes up, take Wells down at the 40-yard line. A loss of a yard on the play.
Well, it's going to be important for them to put back-to-back plays, positive plays, out there, and certainly they didn't do that. And it looks like Wells might be hurt right here.
That's not good news, and he will go back down to the turf. Wells tried to get up, couldn't, and it looks like an injury timeout here as Wells is down on the field.
Now they're stretching him. Looks like maybe a cramp.
Took a shot at the very end of that.
On a cold day like this, that you wouldn't think that you cramp up, but you never know, right?
41 degrees here in Chicago. Cloudy right now. I believe that the rain has stopped for the moment.
It has, but certainly it looks like it could start any time with the haze that we got today. Fortunately, here at this facility, we have great light standards, and it's doing a great job for us to be able to play this game.
Looks like Wells is going to get up and walk off on his own power. I think you're right. A cramp situation as he's trying to stretch it out. Took a nice little shot at the end of that from Winey as Winey stepped up into the hole. That
I don't think he'll be out of the game for long. I think he's going to probably get back in at some point. They'll get him stretched out and doing what they need to do.
Wells was trying to run through. It looks like they bring in Dylan Lee. Wide receiver will take over as the quarterback. Lee, snap, going to run. Tries to get the edge, steps up, now gets some positive yards across the 40 up to the 45.
Nice little play right there.
Stretching forward.
Yeah, nice little play.
Nice job by Lee. And they're still stretching Wells out, so Lee will stay in and take the snap. It'll be 3rd and 6 coming up.
It's a big third down. They need to convert this down, keep this drive alive, and keep this drive going down towards some points because they need to cut into this lead like right now.
They have to get to the Nassau 49, so into opponent's territory for a first down. Lee in a deep drop, got a running back with him on his right hip. Wide out to the right, 2 to the left. Going to look to throw. Throws down the side, down the field, incomplete. He went down the hash on a seam with the wide receiver, Dwayne Taylor. Taylor had just a step on the defensive back, but could not pull the pass in. A little bit low from Lee.
Has to be tough coming off the bench and not really having a chance to warm up to throw a deep ball like that, but was really close. Great play call, just didn't execute, and now it's 4th down.
Olivier, the defensive back, taps his chest, says, "My bad," to the Nassau coaching staff, and a punt situation coming up for Northland. Trailing 24-6. They bring in Rockley. Simeus Rockley out of North Miami Beach, Florida, 6'3", 170.
Another great name.
He's a sophomore, yeah.
Both of these teams have some great names.
And I believe a delay of game is going to be called on Northland, and it is.
So that's unfortunate. They're just shooting themselves in the foot at this point, and that's not what they needed at this point.
Put the ball back to the 40-yard line. At least they've got the right unit on now and ready to go. Rockley has punted from his own end zone the last couple of times. Substitution for Northland. They may be in trouble again here if they don't get set. Now they're ready to go. Punt is high this time. Bouncing at the 31. I thought Tucker was going to take it, but it died as soon as it hit the field. Hit the wet turf here at McDougal and died a football's death at the 30-yard line.
It's almost like he didn't see that ball. It looked like he lost it in the lights. I don't know. It was very, very strange.
I also think he was keeping an eye on that coverage unit coming right at him as that punt was very high in the air. So at the 30-yard line now, Nassau takes over their own 30. First drive of the second half. They lead 24-6.
Pioneers need a great 3-and-out right here. Good stop and get the ball back so they can make things happen.
Came in talking about Craig Wells and his passing ability. Here's a handoff to Nelson left side, and not going to happen. Right there waiting for him was Jonas Dorval, the linebacker, a freshman out of Miami, driving him back. Forward progress is going to give Nelson the line of scrimmage basically at the 30-yard line, so no gain. But Dorville was waiting Nelson when he got that left edge.
I'll tell you what, it did take 4 or 5 of them to get him down, though. It was one of those things that he is a big, strong guy, and even though there was a loss in the play, it could have been worse.
2nd and 10 after no gain on the running play. We came in talking about Wells, as I started to say a moment ago, and his passing ability, but it's been Genova who's been the impressive one, the quarterback for Nassau. Here's a snap and a handoff. Nelson going around the right side this time, not finding much. Murrin and also Alexander of Northland coming up and taking care of Nelson after a 2-yard gain. And Alexander has to come off. Looks like that he might have taken a stinger on his right leg.
Yeah, he's coming out. He looks like he's holding that. He looks a little stiff right now. He's something to drink there, it looks like.
So 3rd, and they actually give the 33 to Nelson on the run. So a 3-yard gain makes it 3rd and 7. Nelson stays in. And another Pioneer going down. Looks like Michelle Amoa. Amoa's down right now, grabbing his thigh on the left leg. The defensive back at the 39-yard line. And maybe we'll send some bananas down there to the Northland sideline.
Yeah, let me get my staff on that. Let me see if I can make a call and see if we can get some bananas down to get some potassium in their system.
They've done everything else.
Well, I'll tell you what, they are amazing folks. But I probably feel really bad having, hey, staff, can you go get some bananas for these guys so they don't start cramping up? But you know what? They would probably do it, though, Jim. I'll be honest. They'd probably do it. Absolutely. And wouldn't argue with me at all. So
a little potassium tablet or two.
It's a little curious, obviously. Obviously, they're all having some issues, so we'll see what happens.
And I'll tell you something, that it's a serious one for Amoa over there. He's really feeling it. He's going to hop up here and try to come off to the sideline on his own power.
It's good to see our athletic training staff, Nate Smith, there, getting out there and giving them a hand. Nate does a tremendous job with our student athletes in all of our sports, and we are very fortunate to have Nate Smith and our staff.
Along the front, Northland has Person playing both ways. McCaddy is in there as well. And they've got John Pickett in the game right now. Stephen Gustav, defensive lineman, in. They're going with a 4-man front right now. And a set of the line, they had Northland offside, didn't snap the ball. So a chance to reset here for the defense. To throw, Genova. Pressure, steps up. Looks long, can't throw it, going to run across the 40 to the 41. And I believe it's going to be enough for a first down. It is.
Well, the thing about Genova is that, it seems like every play, even he finds a way to get positive yardage. He makes the most out of something that's not there. And, he doesn't put his team in bad positions. It seems like he's controlling the ball very, very well.
1st and 10 after the gain by Genova on the run, and here's the counter to Nelson up to midfield. Started left, went right, and the big run by Nelson, 10 yards, will get him another first down, move the sticks again.
Nelson, another strong run. Well, his lower half is just put together. He is a strong young man, and he runs with fervor. Is that a good word, fervor?
I like that. Right. I like that. You're pulling out the thesaurus today. Genova throws left side, complete. The tight end, DeBlasio, at the 34-yard line, a 16-yard gain. Genova got all the time in the world to throw that time and finds the open receiver.
De Blasio has made some big plays in this game. He has found some seams, and I'll tell you what, he did a great job on the sidelines there, getting his feet down to make that completion work.
They said he stepped out at the 35, so 15 yards, 1st and 10. Handoff, this time to a different running back. This is Innocent. Innocent being pushed forward, but the whistle has been blown. Give him the 32.
It's kind of a strange play. It almost seemed like he was still going, and they kind of blew the whistle. I was a little shocked there, but certainly they're down there and we're way up here, so it's kind of hard for us to know exactly what's going on.
3-yard gain for Innocent, 2nd and 7 at the Northland 32-yard line. Snap, Genova, pressure, Utah to DeBlasio, complete, and across the 25 up to the 23. Genova with a smart play that time, got pressure and just shoveled it in front of him right before he got hit.
Sleight of hand on that one right there. He changed hands, and he used his off hand to shovel that ball forward, and what a great play design and what a great play by him.
Boy, Nassau just chunking it up here on the field. Their first drive of the second half. 1st and 10 at the 23 of Northland. Keeping it going with 9 minutes to go here in the third. 24-6, and I think a false start's going to be called against Nassau. Yeah, it was sneaking up. The wide receiver, Marcus Lane, tried to get a little head start, but unfortunately that linesman is right there with those yellow hankies.
Yeah, right in front of you. You can't get away with that. If you're a wide receiver, you can't hide. You're like the guard in the line, so you're kind of wide out the right in the open. So, yeah. Certainly, they got that one pretty quickly. So
back it up to the 28.
I'll tell you what, though, they have had their fair share of penalties as well today. So it's one of those things that even though they're ahead in this game, they have made some key mistakes at some very interesting times.
I'm impressed with Person, the lineman for Northland, playing both ways out of Germantown, Maryland. Here's Genova, pressure backside, going to be sacked. Back at the 34-yard line. Running him down with speed is Dorval. The linebacker got to him. Freshman out of Miami. Wow.
He's quick. I'll tell you what. He was on Genova very, very fast. I'll tell you what. He made a great play just at the time that they needed a big play. It's pushed him out of field goal range a little bit at this point, and was just a big play.
2 straight negative plays, a false start, and then a sack of Genova. 2nd and 21 coming up from the 34-yard line of Northland for Nassau. They lead 24-6.
Important to keep everything in front of you if you're the Pioneers.
Fake the outside pass, and another sack coming up. Genova all the way back at the 43. This time Ryan Erickson. The defensive lineman, freshman, 6'4", 265, out of Denver, Colorado, gets through. First time we've said his name today. It was a big play for his team.
Erickson broke through that line and made a tremendous play for his team, and has obviously set the Lions really back. This is a 3rd and 29. 3rd and 29. Key here is keep everything in front of you. Don't allow them to get behind you, and have them punt.
7:15 to go in the third. Nassau using a lot of clock.
Please stand by for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network on the Live 365 Network and the Live 365 app.
City View Sportscast is proud to bring you Mineral Ridge Rams football on the Madurix Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week. And now from the stadium with tonight's call, here's Matt Lipsack and Matt Emsch.
The Friday night lights are shining in Mineral Ridge, Ohio. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Matt Lipsack. I will be joined shortly by my partner, Matt Emsch. Welcome into the Badurek Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week here from Joe Lane Stadium, Easy Whitaker Field in Mineral Ridge, Ohio. Tonight we have the Mineral Ridge Rams and the Matthews Mustangs. I mentioned that the Friday night lights are shining. They are perhaps shining a little bit dimmer here this evening as the Mahoning Valley mourns the loss of a great man who loved football very much here in Mahoning Valley. And Matt, I know a great personal loss for you.
Yeah, it's bittersweet tonight. Pose myself here for a second. So our family had a terrible loss, and the Valley, a terrible loss. John Caporanos, who had a broadcasting career in the Valley and around for 60 years, started out at Ohio U, calling games in the mid-'60s. He was active in broadcast till 2019, and he was a consultant all the way up to the end. He was the voice of the Warren Harding Raiders, had the Tip of the Cap show that he did. He was my uncle. He was married to my dad's sister, my Aunt Shirley, and we lost him yesterday, unfortunately. My cousin Lexi, Deidre, and Josh, and my Aunt Shirley were so sorry. He is the reason that I'm in broadcasting. Him and Mark Means and my uncle brought me into it, and I loved him dearly. And many, many people have been reaching out ever since they found out. And he was a very loved man and a great individual who everybody remembered his voice, and we're going to miss him. And this one's for you, Unc. I love you.
And the condolences from Amanda and my family as well.
Thank you,
Matt. As after that, we've got to look back at the Mineral Ridge game from last Friday night against Lowville, and well, to put it bluntly, Matt, the Rams got their glass cleaned at Paul Minichini Field last weekend, 38-21. There was about 5 minutes there in the second quarter where there are train tracks right next to the stadium there in Lowville. Well, that one went off the rails.
Yeah, that is an understatement. The Rams went into that matchup with everybody ready. All their starters were in the game. They were ready for the matchup, but we said this many times in the broadcast. You got to tip your cap to the Rockets from the staff on down. They got the film exchange. They scouted them beautifully. Everything that you and I have been talking about for weeks about things that worry us, the weaknesses that we noticed on the field for the Rams, the Rockets found and they exploited it, and they made them pay.
And it was the deep ball. Michael Ballone, 265 passing, 4 touchdowns, 0 picks for the quarterback from Lowville, en route to that 38-21 victory for the Rockets. Lowville improved to 5-1 on the season. Mineral Ridge dropped to 4-2, looking to bounce back and get right here this evening against the Matthews Mustangs. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we will have our Youngstown Orthopedic Associates Coaches interview with Mineral Ridge head coach Brian Shaner. You are listening to the pregame show for Badurek Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week here on CityView Sportscast, part of the iMedia One Network.
With over 30 years of experience, Badurek Butcher Block in Mineral Ridge is a quality-driven company focused on great personal service. Our fresh meats are of the finest cut. We make a variety of burgers, sausages, and a full line of deli meats. Using our own smokehouse, we prepare different types of jerky, snack sticks, kibasi, bacon, hot dogs, and bone-in hams. When your tummy needs some relief, call 652-BEEF. That's 330-652-2333.
Jesse's Dairy Cove is a hometown favorite, located at 3743 State Route 46, across from the gazebo in Mineral Ridge. Enjoy all of your favorite ice cream. We have over 32 hard scoop and over 40 soft serve favorites. We also have a large food menu, including homemade chili sauce, sloppy joes, pulled pork, fresh cut French fries, and mac and cheese. This fall, we'll start our homemade cookie and party trays. Visit our website at justicedairycove.com to see our menu. At Justice Dairy Cove, we appreciate your business.
Shining Stars Dance and Baton in Niles, Ohio is home to state, regional, national, and international world champions. They offer a wide variety of classes for ages 2.5 and up for boys and girls. Celebrating over 31 years in business, the excellent staff of instructors will help take your baton twirling skills to the next level. Shining Stars would like to wish all the cheerleaders, dance line, band, feature twirler Amira, and players a successful season. Go Rams!
If you love history, head over to YouTube and check out Blogging Through History. Hosted by Mineral Ridge High School graduate Chris Mowery, Blogging Through History visits historic sites to explore not only the well-known figures and events of the past, but also compelling stories that maybe you've never heard before. Chris would also like to wish his niece Amira Emsch and the Mineral Ridge Rams the best of luck for a successful 2023 season. Now back to the Beduricks Butcher Block High School football game of the week on CityView Sportscast.
Welcome back inside Joe Lane Stadium during the pregame show. Let's throw it back to Studio Central in Strehler so we can take a listen to our Youngstown Orthopedic Associates coaches interview with Mineral Ridge head coach Brian Shaner. Take it away, boys.
Welcome into the Youngstown Orthopedic Associates coaches interview. I'm Matt Lipstack, joined by head coach of the Mineral Ridge High School Rams, Brian Shaner. Coach, thanks as always for taking the time.
Always look forward to it every week.
Let's start off by talking about the game last weekend against Lowville. A solid first quarter. We came through it scoreless, but after that, you quickly find yourself down 17-0, which is what ended up as the final margin as you fell 38-21. Where did things start to go wrong for you in the second quarter?
Just a couple miscues. They blocked the punt. We just missed a blocking assignment on it. So they get the block punt, so they have a short field there. And then, of course, they're known for their onside kick, and we blundered that. So we gave them a short field there. And, you know, two mistakes like that against that Lowville team that everybody thought was going to be down, that just keeps reloading and scoring. You can't do it. And, you know, I think, you know, those two plays were a difference in the game. You know, I thought once we settled in, I thought we played them decent. But again, you can't make mistakes like that. The Blown kid had a night. You know, they're a really good football team. This whole league, there's some parity in it, and there's going to be a lot of good football plays in the league coming down the stretch.
And, you know, as you mentioned, if there is one thing that's hurt your defense the most this year, it's probably been the deep ball, 5 passing plays at 20 yards or more against Lowville. What are you seeing there from the back end of the defense?
Well, we're just not real good back there doing it. You know, it is Achilles heel. You know, you watch our games, 3rd and long, most teams are like, we're getting off the field, and we don't get off the field on 3rd down. We just got to keep coaching it up. We got to get better at it. And again, it's been like that all year. You know, it don't matter. Let's go back 2 weeks. Waterloo, we get them 4th and 22, touchdown pass. You know, we just got to get better back there. We got to coach it up. We got to have better attention to detail, and you know, I'll put that on us as coaches to fix it, and you know, get better at it this week.
If there was a bright spot last Friday, it was the continued excellence of Ian Erb. 6 TDs 2 weeks ago against Waterloo, 2 more against Lowville, another 100-yard rushing performance. He has 19 of your 26 touchdowns this year. I think maybe the best word to describe him is probably special. What do you think?
I couldn't give you a better word than special. The kid, and I say it every interview, he's a great football player, but he's even a better person. I mean, the way he carries this team, you know, we're banged up. We got a ton of injuries. I got a ton of freshmen playing. He don't let anyone get down about that. He shows up every day ready to work, with a smile on his face, works hard, great teammate. And then when you see him on the field, he's just a difference maker. And you know what? When the ball's in his hand, you know, when I said earlier we settled into the game, you know, when I get him to tailback is when we're at our best. You know, when he has to take reps at quarterback, it's really easy for teams to hone in on him. But we get him at tailback, you know, we're a different football team. And he's special. And you know what? I'm going to lean on him, and he knows it. He's got to come through for us and keep doing it, and until someone can kind of take that load off of him. But he loves it. He loves being a great teammate and a leader. And I tell you what, in the foxhole, I want that guy right next to me.
Did anybody have a dirtier jersey last week than Ian Erb?
I'm going to say no, because he don't come off the field. He has to do every single thing for us. And, you know, I always joke around with him, you know, before you know it, you're going to have to drive the bus to Erb. So just get ready to do that.
Moving on to Matthews, obviously they've struggled a bit this year. What have you seen on film from the Mustangs?
They play hard for the coaches. They really play hard. Now, I know that people are going to look at the scores and go, oh, my gosh. No, they play. They're depleted just like we are at this point, and they're playing really hard. And that's what I tried to preach to our team, that there is no given W's at this point in the season. As beat up as some teams are, us and Matthews alike, you have to practice hard. And when I watch them on film, I'm going to tell you, they're practicing hard, and they're going to play really hard. They got a win last week. They're excited to play. We're trying to lick our wounds and feel sorry for ourselves instead of just turning the page and getting ready for Matthews. And that could be a big difference on Friday. If our guys don't start focusing on just rebounding and playing hard football, you know, it's going to be one of those games on Friday night. So, you know, when I watch them, I see some kids that are playing out of position, but they're playing really hard for their coaches, and hats off to them guys.
You mentioned keeping the team focused. Homecoming this weekend at Mineral Ridge as well. Going to be a lot going on Friday night at Joe Lane Stadium. How difficult is it to kind of keep the boys focused on the game with all the pomp and circumstance going on?
Well, it's difficult. You know, I could sit here on air and tell you, oh, no, it's difficult. I addressed it today, and some guys, I know that's where their attention is. Well, those guys I can't count on then. I'm going to count on the guys that are focused and ready to go. And we already talked about them. Ian Erb's going to be ready to go. Brady Balestrino is going to be ready to go. Zach Stacy's going to be ready to go. You know, those guys, I'm going to tell them, you're going to will us to win this game. And they get it. You know what I mean? Like, we got a lot of young guys, and their heads are spinning right now. So we got to turn our attention to the guys that understand where we're at. We got to get win number 5 here. And there's no excuses about it. We just got to do it.
Every win's so important right now. You're sitting at 8th in the computer poll for the region. How big is this final stretch of 4 games?
It's huge. I mean, you see the names on the schedule. I mean, they're all great football teams. I mean, this league, I've never seen it as even as it is. You know, and when you look at to go back to the Louisville Reserve game, what a great game that was. That's the level of this league. You know, McDonald playing great football. Springfield, I definitely still think they're the favorite out there. I mean, they're an angry football team, and you know they're taking it to everybody. So we have a tough stretch ahead of us, and you know what I mean. It's tough when you're playing a lot of young guys, but these guys got to grow up. Can't make excuses. We set a standard and we have a goal in mind, and we just got to keep striving to reach it.
Well, Coach, best of luck tonight against the Mustangs, and go hunting for win number 5.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys.
You've been listening to the Youngstown Orthopedic Associates coach's interview. Let's throw it back to the stadium.
All right, quick commercial break. Brandon, I'm saying 30 seconds, and we're back here for kickoff. You're listening to the Badurus Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week here on City View Sportscast, part of the iMedia One Network.
With over 30 years of experience, Badurix Butcher Block in Mineral Ridge is a quality-driven company focused on great personal service. Our fresh meats are of the finest cut. We make a variety of burgers, sausages, and a full line of deli meats. Using our own smokehouse, we prepare different types of jerky, snack sticks, kibasi, bacon, hot dogs, and bone-in hams. When your tummy needs some relief, call 652-BEEF. That's 330-652-2333. Now back to the Badurix Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week on City View Sportscast.
Welcome back inside Joe Lane Stadium, Easy Whitaker Field. Dominic Spagnoletta has his hand in the air for the Mustangs. He kicks it off. Roll for initiative. We are underway. This one bounces at the 3 and rolls past Ethan Pemberton into the end zone. Mineral Ridge going to get the ball first on offense, starting at their own 20-yard line. We'll see who comes out at quarterback for Mineral Ridge. I can tell you that Ian Erb rushing on the season averages 7.1 a carry, coming in with 772 rushing yards and 16 touchdowns on the season, Matt.
Yeah, that is just lights out. He has been a stud and a monster. And Zach Stacy has been, a beast in all sense and terms. He has just been tearing up the line on both sides. So those two have been just spectacular.
And it will be Urban quarterback to start us off. Preston Holbrook is the sidecar to the right. 4 wide receivers, trips left. Herb had taken himself off left guard and pushed his way forward to about we're going to give him the 25, I think, 5-yard carry to get us started here this evening.
I think that was Zach Hopkinson on the tackle for the Mustangs.
So 2nd and 5 for Mineral Ridge. Ball at their own 25, just inside the far or the left hash, as Mineral Ridge is attacking from left to right on your radio dial, computer screen, cell phone, whenever you are listening to us on this evening. We are glad to have you, Matt Lipsack and Matt Emsch, here with you on CityView Sportscast. Herb will go shotgun, trips left, sidecar left this time, looks left, throws left, pass is dropped through the hands of Ethan Pemberton. It'll be 3rd and 5 upcoming. As Ian Herb, when he is passing this season, is 8 for 20 for 161. So about 8 yards an attempt, 1 touchdown and 3 interceptions.
I mean, you want to talk about getting that fresh set of downs. There you are right there.
As that one did look well blocked, and this one is well blocked as Herb gets a little screen pass away to Pemberton. He gets across the 30, but we have a flag on the play.
Let's find out what that is. I was just about to say Pemberton making up for that drop ball, but it's not going to matter.
And I believe we have a hold on Mineral Ridge.
Definitely got to, one of the things that the Rams have had this season is they have a little bit of a first, series jitters, if you want to say.
I think the hold was well downfield because they're only going to lose 2.
Wow, okay.
So we'll call it 3rd and 7. Ball at the 23, Herb back to pass in the shotgun. He's going to roll up the left. He's going to run off the middle. Gets the 25. Gets the 30 in the first down. 35-40. And gets tackled by Spagnoletta as he crosses the 40. We'll call it about the 43. So a 20-yard gain for Herb and a first down for Mineral Ridge.
You were just talking about those stats and what he does. I mean, every time you basically need a first down, you just give him the ball, and he usually can get it.
And here Herb's going to call his own number again. Up the middle, lowers his head, gets across the 45. We'll call it about the 46.5. We'll call it a gain of 3.
Jaden Perkins on the tackle for the Mustangs.
So 2nd and a long, short 7, 2nd and a long 6, somewhere in there. Shotgun, 4 wide receivers, trips right, sidecar right is Holbrook. Herb looks right, throws right, caught by Pemberton. He's to the outside, 45, 50, and he's going to get stopped there by...
That was quite a late hit out of bounds. I'm shocked that there wasn't any flag on that.
Seth Wyatt on the tackle.
I mean, he was basically 2 yards out of the sideline into the Mustang sidelines, and he got another hit.
Or maybe they're going to say it's a continuation of the hit that started in bounds. Wink, wink, nod, nod. Trips left, 4 wide receivers, sidecar left. Herb in the shotgun as number 73 comes across the line. That is big Michael Young, the senior, and that will be a first down for Mineral Ridge, as it was 3rd and about 3.
One of the things that the Rams have been very good at doing this season, no matter who's in at quarterback, is getting other teams to jump with that count.
So, shotgun, trips left, up the middle goes Holbrook. His first touch of the evening across the 40. Nice gain there by Preston Holbrook as he picks up 9 on his first carry down to the 34.
I'm going to tell you what, Chase Moore pulled, and he lit up that inside linebacker. He came around, and that must be a scary sight to see that big guard tackle come around and lay him out like that. He's a tackle, by the way.
2nd and 1. As Herb back to pass, has a man over the middle, but just overshoots Ethan Pemberton as Herb was throwing into double coverage, almost picking that one off. was Dominic Spagnola, who one of the main ball carriers for for Matthews as well.
I'll tell you what, Michael Lockhart was wide open.
So we'll call it 3rd and 1. The ball at the 36. I thought Holbrook got down to the 34. He did not. He was stopped at the 36, a yard short. As here we have a whistle. Flag comes from the far sideline. Just we're going to see offside on Matthews and another first down.
Hey, we'll take it.
We'll move it down to the Matthews 31. So Herb still in the shotgun. Trips left, sidecar left is Holbrook. Single receiver to the near side. And Herb's going to look left, throw left, finds Balestrino, but he dropped the ball. And usually that's the kind of mental mistake you don't see from Brady Balestrino.
I was just going to say very rare drop from Mr. Balestrino. He does not drop them much. I like those shoes he's wearing, though. I could find him in complete darkness.
Well, luckily, we don't need the sunglasses anymore as the sun has set. As here, Herb's going to hand it off to Holbrook. He'll get across the 30. We'll call it a gain of 2 down to the 29. So 3rd and 8 upcoming for Mineral Ridge. As we've got the Matthews Marching Band playing the Imperial March down to my left. Love it. As there's another huge jump by basically the entirety of the Matthews front 7.
Again,
Ian Herb working the hard count tonight.
Yeah, normally you have a shingle decker in there that does that to all the teams, but Ian Herb's done a great job.
So 3rd and a much more manageable 3 for Mineral Ridge. Shotgun, trips left, sidecar left. I thought maybe the offensive line got an early jump there, but here Ian Herb's going to call his own number. 20, 15, 10, 5. Brought down inside the 5, but I wonder if we're going to have a hold on the Mineral Ridge offense as that flag is down right in the middle of where the offensive line was.
Yeah, it looks like that is. I mean, they are very happy to be throwing flags tonight.
It is going to be a hold.
Grandpa Harry Bittner wants to wish his grandson, Zach Stacy, good luck. He loves you. Have a good night.
So we're bringing this one back to the 34. Third and 13, maybe a long 12. Herb, shotgun, sidecar left, trips left. Gonna look left, throw left, caught by Balestrino on the wide receiver screen, but that goes nowhere as he maybe got 2 yards.
Yes.
Bottom of that pile.
Dominic Spagnoletta came up. I'm going to tell you what, they're double teaming Balestrino. They definitely know who that cream of the crop is in that receiving corps. So they are watching him like a hawk right now.
So 4th and 10 for Mineral Ridge. Ball at the 32, maybe the 31. Herb in the spread. 2 receivers to each side. Sidecar left. Herb back to pass. Looking right, throws right, looking for Pemberton. Caught at the 10. 5. Touchdown! Ian Herb, a beautiful ball right into the arms of Ethan Pemberton. He goes in for 6.
That was perfect, the perfect pass. What do you do when your number 1 receiver is being double teamed? You throw it to your other guys, and that's what he's doing. He's making great use of his other receivers. And Pemberton had, 3 or 4 catches on that series?
Absolutely, as that is the 2nd touchdown pass of the season for Ian Herb. First touchdown reception of the year for Ethan Pemberton. He does have a defensive touchdown on the year for Mineral Ridge. Landon Powell on for the extra points. Snap back, ball down, kick up, kick no good. Might have been blocked.
It looked like possibly that one of those big defensive linemen possibly could have did it. It was low, though, from the start. It was low. I don't know if the snap was bad on that. I did not watch it. Amy Russell and her family want to wish the Mineral Ridge Cross Country team good luck. Go Rams at Tuesday, October 3rd at McDonald Park.
So we're going to take a quick 30-second timeout. S&K Painting first quarter clock says 8:12. Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard says Mineral Ridge 6 and Matthews nothing. You're listening to the Beduricks Butcher Block High School Football Game League here on City View Sportscast, part of the iMedia One Network.
SNK, painting your house today. SNK, painting your house. SNK Painting provides exceptional painting and refinishing services to the Mahoning Valley and surrounding communities by being an industry leader in our field, focusing on customer service and delivering extraordinary results. We offer interior and exterior painting, and we specialize in cabinet refinishing with affordable cabinet solutions. Call SNK Painting for your free estimate at 330-505-1910. SNK, painting your house today. Now back to the Beduricks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week on City View Sportscast.
31-yard touchdown pass from Ian Earp to Ethan Pemberton has given the Mineral Ridge Rams a 6-0 lead after the extra point was missed as we checked at Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard. Welcome back into Joe Lane Stadium, Easy Whitaker Field in Mineral Ridge, Ohio. Matt Lipsack and Matt Emsch here with you for the Beduricks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week on City View Sportscast, part of the iMedia Network. Landon Powell, ball on the left hash, going to drive it deep. Powell with our Youngstown Orthopedic Associates kickoff brings it high to the 15. Coming ahead are the Mustangs across the 35 and out to the 40. A very nice return for Trenton Hyde, as he got, 35 on that return, 25 on that return.
Barb Balestrino would like to wish the Mineral Ridge coaching staff and team, especially their grandson, Brady Balestrino, a successful and healthy remainder of the season. Go Rams.
So we'll see Matthews on offense for the first time. And it looks like lining up at quarterback is going to be number 1, Dominic Spagnoletta in the shotgun. Brings a tight end in motion. That's Zach Mazie. He's going to pitch it to Toto. Toto off the left side. Gets 10 on first down as he gets out right to midfield on the toss.
Yeah, number 75, Jaden Perkins, opened up a really big hole on the left side of that line. He did a good job. In fact, that's 76, not 75. If it wasn't for Mr. Erb, he definitely would have got some more yards.
Toto comes out for a play. We might see John Shaw in the backfield here, as it'll be Spagnoletta to take the shotgun snap again. Actually checked that it's going to be Zach Mazie in the backfield. 4 wide receivers. Now motioning into the backfield is Trenton Hyde. And we have a flag on the play. Maybe delay a game.
Tell you what, Zach Stacy blew that play up regardless. He would have been in the backfield. He drove that guard about 7 yards in the backfield.
So it is delay a game. We'll back it up to Matthews 45. 1st and 15 for the Mustangs. Spagnoletta in the shotgun. Sidecar right is Mazie. Coming in motion is Hyde. Fakes the handoff. He's going to try to take it up the middle, but he is going to get absolutely nowhere. As is that Chase Moore blowing that up at the line of scrimmage and maybe actually a loss of 2 or 3.
Yeah, him and Zach Stacy, both of those boys just went through. They're going to have some tackles tonight, as well as number 55, Aiden Overaker. I think they're going to be eating very well this evening.
We'll call it a loss of 2. So 2nd and 17 for the Mustangs. Shotgun 4 wide receivers, sidecar to the left. Spagnoletta, low snap, looks right, throws right. Intercepted by Ian Erb. He's going to make a house call. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown.
Well, I mean, he read that perfectly. That was just like catching a pass at practice, and he just went in. Everybody had an angle on him. The last guy that was closest to him was number 76, Jaden Perkins, and he ain't catching Ian Erb.
Ian Erb, we'll call it a 41-yard interception return for the pick 6 and no flag on the play. Somebody just dropped their flag, Ian Arb, arms in the air, says touchdown. His first defensive score of the year, second defensive touchdown of the season for Mineral Ridge. And Matt, like you said, that's too easy.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't even have to turn on full speed. He can take it. We've seen him at his best this season so far, and I don't care what player had an angle on him from Matthews. They weren't catching him.
There was no angle as he went. We'll call it 41 untouched, and it'll be Landon Powell for the extra point, Herb for the hold. And we have a flag.
Surprise, surprise.
Lined up offside are the Matthews Mustangs.
Well, I think we're starting to see some of the reasons that they got beat by Springfield 71-0 right now. A lot of mental errors. We've seen maybe 4 penalties already. Mental mistakes.
And everybody moved forward a yard. I could have swore Coach Shaner said he declined the penalty.
Sometimes moving it up puts the kickers off. I mean, they get in a groove about where they kick extra points from. You don't want to move them around.
And now everybody has moved back. It was weird to see both lines move forward by 1 yard, and then both lines. It was almost in unison, Matt. As here comes the snap. Snap back, ball down. Hold up, kick is up. Kick is good and over the band shell. Landon Powell wanting to make up for the error on the previous kick. So as we check the S&K Painting first quarter clock, it says 6:28. Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard says Mineral Ridge 13 and Matthews nothing. We're going to step aside for 30 seconds. You're listening to the Bedurks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week here on CityView Sportscast, part of the iMedia One Network.
Experience nature's bounty with Creation's Backyard. Elevate your health with the most nutrient-dense foods on earth. From farm to table, sustainably cultivated with care. Grown locally in Niles, Ohio with no chemicals or synthetics ever. Unlock your culinary creativity with Creation Backyard Microgreens. Convenient local delivery and pickup options available. Order now at creationsbackyard.com or call 330-282-7208.
Now back to the Bedurks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week on CityView Sportscast.
43-yard pick six by Ian Herb has given the Mineral Ridge Rams a 13-0 lead over the Matthews Mustangs as we check that Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard. Matt Lipsack and Matt Emscher with you on CityView Sportscast. You're listening to the Bedurks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week. Landon Powell to give us our Youngstown Orthopedic Associates kickoff. And Matt, I get the feeling that Landon is going to be busy this evening as he drives this one deep. Going to be fielded by Spagnoletta at the 11. 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Pemberton has an angle. 40, 35, tackled at the 31-yard line. Ethan Pemberton saved a touchdown.
Yeah, number 11 tackling number 11. Good job, catching up. They opened up 2 times. They've gotten the ball on the kickoff after scoring. They've returned it very well. One of those third phase of the game, you got the 3 phases you have to be excellent in to do well in the OHSAA playoffs. And special teams has been one of the things that the Rams have suffered from this year.
They're actually going to give Spagnoletta the 30. We'll call it a 59-yard return. As he's in the shotgun, brings a man in motion. And Spagnoletta is going to keep it as he tries to get off the left side. But he's met at the line of scrimmage. I see Corey Squirk in the pile. Blake Basista there. I think maybe Ian Herb at the bottom of it. Maybe Balestrino.
Yeah, you had a host of players there on the tackle there. They're doing a good job bottling him up. Just pin your ears back right now. You've got a very undisciplined team you're dealing with. This is when you can start to work on those blitz packages and start sending some guys.
As they're going to give him half a yard as the ball moved from one side of the 30 to the other. So we'll call it second in a long 9. As they line up in the wishbone. Low snap, and Spagnoletta is just going to fall on it at the 35-yard line.
Jeremy Drain, who specializes in residential, commercial, and industrial drain cleaning services, call 330-758-5031 or online. Would like to wish the Mineral Ridge Rams good luck in the season.
So 3rd and 15 upcoming for Matthews after the promising kick return. But as we heard in our pregame interview with head coach Brian Shaner. They've been having trouble with the long down and distance when they should be getting off the field. But here's Spagnoletta. 4 wide receivers, trips right side, car left is Toto. Spagnoletta back, looking left, throws left, ball up for grabs, out of bounds. Nice catch by Dominic Toto, but he was a solid 6 feet out of bounds when he grabbed it. And so that one will go incomplete. 4th down upcoming.
And he had Mr. Balestrino on him like a sticker, so he wasn't catching that pass regardless. In fact, I would say 9 out of 10 times that number 9 would be going the other way with that if it wasn't bounds.
So Trenton Hyde comes off the sideline with the play here. We'll see if maybe we get a switcheroo at quarterback, and it will be Trenton Hyde lining up to take the shotgun snap. 4 wide receivers, sidecar to the left is Connor Thompson. Yep. And actually, it's a direct snap to Zach Mazie, blown up in the backfield by Ethan Pemberton, and we're going to have a turnover on downs.
That was actually Corey Squarick, number 15. And what happened there, Matthew, was they snapped the ball, it hit the turf, quarterback went to pick it up, and Squarick came in and lit him up.
So that is a loss of 9 on that play, and Middle Ridge going to take over. Very nice field position as we check that Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard. Says 13-0. SNK Painting first quarter clock says 4:47. Herb still in the quarterback. 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Sidecar to the right is Holbrook. Brings him in motion. That's Balestrino. Hands it off to him on the jet sweep. Makes him miss. 45-50. 45-40. Cuts to the inside and gets hauled down by Mazie inside the Matthews 35-yard line. They're going to give him the 32 in a first down.
And you know what? He just made it look really easy. Just like Ian Erb looks like he's like real. I don't want to say lackadaisical because he's playing very well. The same thing with Balestrino. He looks like he's comfortable at practice. He was just trying to make a decision of which way he was going to go. He just makes it look easy.
Shotgun, 4 wide receivers, trips left, sidecar left is Holbrook. Herb in the shotgun calls his own number off the left side. 25. Tackled just before he gets to the 20, but he's very close to a first down. In fact, I think we're going to call it a gain of 9 for Ian down to the 23. So second and less than 1. Herb in the shotgun again, 4 wide, sidecar left. And he's going to hand it off to Holbrook, but runs into a man in the backfield, and he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage, making that tackle back there was Jaden Perkins.
Yeah, one of the only bright spots for the Mustangs today has been number 76. He's done a really good job. Dunlap's Repair Service would like to wish Christian Dunlap and the Mineral Ridge Rams a successful season. For your plumbing and backflow needs, you can call Joe and Noah Dunlap at 330-718-8650. Go Rams.
3rd and 1, Herb off the middle, across the 20, gets the first down as he falls forward to maybe the 17 and a half. We'll call it a gain of at least 5 for Ian Herb there.
You have number 25, Zach Mazie, one of their best players going off the field. He's on the sidelines holding his shoulder. He either has a stinger or he popped his shoulder out of place, and he is in pain.
So again, shotgun for the Rams, 4 wide, sidecar left, play action fake. Balestrino on the slant, he dropped it again. Or check the Julian Rossi on the far side. Yes, number 3.
Yeah, you know what? That was just one of those situations. He's so wide open. Sometimes Jerry Rice would draw a pass. You get that kind of wide-eyed, holy cow, I'm wide open, and they drop it, something that they normally don't do. We all know that that's a rarity for him.
So Herb taking himself up the middle this time, following Preston Holbrook down toward the 5th, or down toward the 10. I'm sorry, he gets inside the 11, maybe just short of the 10. We'll call it about a gain of 7.5. So 3rd and just a little more than 3.
I tell you what, Zach Stacy and Chase Moore, that right side of the line, that guard tackle combo are just eating people alive.
Herb again, up the middle, off right guard, gets the first down as he falls down inside the 7-yard line. In fact, I think they're going to give him the 6.
Grandpa Harry Bittner wants to wish his grandson, senior number 62, Zach Stacy, good luck tonight. I love you. Have a great game.
First and goal for the Rams. As now in the backfield is Bryce Rorman, going to be the sidecar to the left of Ian Erb. There are 4 wide receivers. Trips right. Coming in motion, Ethan Pemberton takes the jet sweep handoff. Cuts to the inside, trying to drive those legs. He got maybe to about the 3. Actually, they might give him the 2. Gain of 4, second and goal.
I'm going to tell you what, Ethan Pemberton is doing a great job tonight. Every time they've gone to him, I'm going to say maybe 5 or 6 plays, he's been on for them. He's caught everything they've thrown with them with the exception of 1.
Shotgun, Erb, sidecar right is Rorman. Rorman, lead block, Erb, untouched, up the middle, touchdown, Mineral Ridge.
Right off that right side, Zach Stacy and number 58, Chase Moore, the 2 big boys, that right side. Normally, the right side is the favorite side of a coaching staff. Most of the time, you'll see your best players on the right side of the line.
Landon Powell on for the extra point. As Ian Erb gets his, it's the 17th rushing touchdown of the season. Snap back, ball down, kick is up, kick is good. S&K Painting first quarter clock says 93 seconds. Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard says Mineral Ridge 20 and Matthews nothing. We're going to step aside for 30 seconds. You're listening to the Bedurks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week here on Cityview Sportscast, part of the iMedia One Network.
W&M Quality Roofing, LLC is an insured and bonded Mahoning Valley family-owned roofing business. At W&M, we treat your roof and home as if it's our very own. Give us a call at 330-647-0610 for a free estimate. Did you get damage from the latest storm? We also offer financing and specialists for insurance claims. For professional and efficient service, call W&M Quality Roofing at 330-647-0610. Now back to the Bedurks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week on Cityview Sportscast.
A 9-play, 56-yard drive ends in a 2-yard Ian Erb touchdown run. And the Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard says Mineral Ridge 20 and Matthews nothing. 93 seconds left on the S&K Painting first quarter clock. Landon Powell to bring us our Youngstown Orthopedic Associates kickoff for the 3rd time in the first quarter, Matt.
Yeah, they're just eating them up right now. Again, you have, unfortunately, a very undisciplined team in the Matthews Mustangs, and every team that's beat them, it's shown.
Squibb with a high bounce, picked up by Maisie at the 28-yard line. He's got to plow ahead across the 35, get out near the 40. We'll see where they put him down. They're going to give him the 39. So we'll call it about a 15-yard return for Maisie. Oh, no, they are going to give him the 40. Okay. These side judges, Matt, I'm always off by 1 yard, and it drives me crazy. Spagnoletta back at quarterback for Matthews. Shotgun, sidecar left. Twins to each side. Now coming in motion is Toto. And he's going to take the toss, but he's only going to get about a yard as he's ushered out of bounds by Brady Balestrino.
Yeah, Brady, that's somebody, we all know what he does on offense, but I have said this, a lot of times the last few weeks. He has really impressed me defensively. And, 9 out of 10 times you see those wide receivers, if they're playing both ways, playing defensive back. And he is just, in my opinion, just as good defensively as he is on O.
And actually, they're going to give him 2 on the play. Coming in motion is Trenton Hyde. As Spagnolet tosses it to him. Hyde looking downfield for the pass, and he's just going to throw it directly out of bounds. But that should be intentional grounding because the ball didn't get back to the line of scrimmage, Matt.
Yeah, I think you're going to see that get thrown. He's talking to one of his other referees there. You're going to see that get thrown right here. He was run out of bounds by Aiden Overacre.
And yes, there's the flag for intentional grounding. So outside the pocket, one part of the rule. The other part, though, is that the throw has to get back past the line of scrimmage. And Trenton Hyde threw that one directly sideways, if not backwards.
Yeah, and that's what they're talking about right now.
I mean, I guess if you throw it backwards, it's a fumble, and you get the ball where it went out of bounds at. But they are going to mark off 5 yards from the spot of the penalty, and that is a loss of down. So I think we're going to see 3rd and 30, ball at the 20.
After that penalty, bring up a 2nd and 30.
It's not a repeat the down. It should be 3rd down. Unless the rule in high school is different. It is 3rd and 30. Okay, I had it right. Every once in a while, Matt. Back to pass, Spagnoletta looking for the screen. Nice catch by Toto. He's at the 25. At the 30, ushered out of bounds by Ethan Pemberton. Beautiful catch by Toto. Just, well, on 3rd and a mile, wasn't a whole lot of hope there for Matthews, as they actually, I think, are going to give him the 31-yard line.
Right. Yeah, and it's one of their few players on the field for them. It's a good thing for them too that number 25 Zach Mazie went back in, because he was a big part of that play being positive.
It was a beautifully set up screen too. They let the defensive line right through, and it was there, and Toto had room to work with. But the Rams had actually dropped a lot in coverage too. Here's Spagnoletta for the punt. Herb at his own 39. Oh! As here comes a flag on the play, as I think Ethan Pemberton maybe going to get caught with his hand in the cookie jar here.
Yeah, he lit Zach Mazie up like a Christmas tree, and he's going to get a flag for that one.
As Herb had a nice return, he got out to the Matthews 49. So I'm going to assume we've got like a illegal block in the back or a blindside block, one of the two.
Crackback. It's going to be a crackback block. They're really, really calling those a lot this year. If you've noticed, we've probably had 4 of them out of all the games that we've done this year so far. They always have meetings before the season is going to start in Columbus, and they talk about things that they want to address. And I guarantee you that was one of the things that they wanted to talk about this year: throw flags on these crackbacks, because kids are getting really hurt. They could get really hurt, and you saw how hard he whacked them.
So they're going to put the ball down at the Matthews 34. 1st and 10 for Mineral Ridge. Taking the handoff is Preston Holbrook. He gets to the 40-yard line. Gain of 6.
And again, Perkins on the tackle. Like I said a few plays ago, one of the only bright spots for the Mustangs today has been number 76. Jaden Perkins, who's a tackle, defensive end, and he's just a freshman. He's the biggest guy on the field.
Herb looks left, throws left, little bubble screen. It is caught. Breaking one tackle is Julian Ross. He gets to the outside of the 50, gets into Mustang territory. They're saying Balestrino, but I swear that's a 3 instead of a 9. Just so hard to tell at this distance.
Well, the way that you can pick that out is Balestrino's wearing those super bright orange shoes. He's the only one. So if you have a question if it's 3 or 9, look at his shoes.
I like it.
And man, can he turn on the juice.
As this is to the Matthews 48 is where they mark this. Here comes the final play of the first quarter. It's Pemberton on the jet sweep. It's across the 50 to the 45, down to the 40. And we're going to call it a gain of 8.
Yeah, and you had Zach Mazie, number 25, again on another play. It's kind of a revolving door of just a couple players for the Mustangs who that they know are the guys that they can depend on. And number 25, Zach Mazie, who is the senior and the biggest kid on the field, the freshman Perkins. They've been the 2 bright spots for them.
S&K Painting, first quarter clock read 000. Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard says Mineral Ridge 20. And Matthews, nothing. We're going to step aside for 60 seconds. You're listening to the Badurix Butcher Black High School football game of the week here on City View Sportscast, part of the iMedia One Network.
Shining Stars Dance and Baton in Niles, Ohio is home to state, regional, national, and international world champions. They offer a wide variety of classes for ages 2.5 and up for boys and girls. Celebrating over 31 years in business, the excellent staff of instructors will help take your baton twirling skills to the next level. Shining Stars would like to wish all the cheerleaders, dance line, band, feature twirler Amira, and players a successful season. Go Rams!
SNK, painting your house today. SNK, painting your house. SNK Painting provides exceptional painting and refinishing services to the Mahoning Valley and surrounding communities by being an industry leader in our field, focusing on customer service and delivering extraordinary results. We offer interior and exterior painting, and we specialize in cabinet refinishing with affordable cabinet solution. Call SNK Painting for your free estimate at 330-505-1910. SNK, painting your house today. Now back to the Beduricks Butcher Block High School football game of the week on City View Sportscast.
2nd and 2, and up the middle goes Preston. Holbrook breaks a big one from the 40 all the way down inside the 20 on the first play of the second quarter. They're going to give him the 15 on a gain of 25.
They're just dominating right now. That offensive line is teeing off. You're going to see a lot of players adding and cushioning those stats tonight.
I think that's Brady Balestrino back to take the handoff. He gives it to Herb up the middle, runs into a man at the 5. He made the tackle. We'll see if they give him the first down. They're going to mark him just shy of the 5-yard line, so we'll call it a gain of 9 for Ian Herb down to the 5.5. No, they did end up giving him the first down. Second effort, didn't see anybody signal and move the chains. Brady Balestrino again in the Wildcat, takes the handoff up the middle, untouched. Touchdown, Mineral Ridge.
And he just made it look easy again, like they're in practice right now. Brady just, making guys' ankles break. They look like they're frozen in place. He just makes it look easy like Ian Herb.
Balestrino's second rushing touchdown of the season. Landon Powell on for the extra point. Snap back, ball down, kick up, kick good. SNK Painting, second quarter clock says 11-10. Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard says Mineral Ridge 27, Matthews nothing. We're going to step aside for 30 seconds on the Beduricks Butcher Block High School football game of the week on City View Sportscast, part of the iMedia One Network.
If you are seeking a skilled photographer in Northeast Ohio with experience in capturing documentary-style photographs for various occasions such as family events, weddings, graduations, sporting events, and other special occasions, look no further than Colleen Moore Photography. Accessible via ColleenMoorePhotography.com, or she can be reached at 330-314-7547. Colleen sends her best wishes to the Mineral Ridge Rams for a fantastic season. Go Rams!
Now back to the Beduricks Butcher Block High School football game of the week on City View Sportscast.
Dunlap's Repair Service would like to wish Christian Dunlap and the Mineral Ridge Rams a successful season. For all your plumbing and backflow needs, you can call Joe and Noah Dunlap at 330-718-8650. Go Rams! Results in a 5-yard touchdown run for Brady Balestrino. Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard says Mineral Ridge 27 and Matthews nothing. Landon Powell to bring us our Youngstown Orthopedic Associates kickoff.
And just a beautiful night here at Easy Whitaker Field. Just the Rams are making everybody happy for homecoming night. Actually, the dance is tomorrow night, but homecoming game.
I get what you're saying. Powell, little bouncer. Covered up by Maisie. Maybe the 26-yard line.
From Grandpa Harry Pittner to senior number 62, Zach Stacy. You make me so proud to be your grandpa. You're my best buddy. love you so much. Keep your head up and keep kicking butt, son.
And Zach Stacy has been kicking all kinds of Mustang behind here this evening. As see if I can get a rushing yard total for Mineral Ridge for us.
He's been kicking all kinds of butt this season. Definitely one of our top contenders for the Beast Award Lineman of the Year.
I have 19 rushes for $150 through a quarter and 52 seconds for Mineral Ridge. Shotgun. 4 wide receivers as Spagnola runs the option, pushes it to Trenton Hyde, and he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
I love seeing that. You have Caden McCune getting all fired up at Ian Erb for making that tackle. Guys are teeing off. They're having fun. These are kind of those games, especially after a tough loss, you get to, like I just said, tee off. You get to pin those ears back, and you get to, unfortunately for the Mustangs, they're kind of dinner for them right now.
2nd and 10 for Matthews. Shotgun. Double tight end, sidecar left. Spagnoletta, low snap. He's just going to have to run up the middle in survival mode, and he's going to pick up maybe about 3. They'll give him the 29-yard line. 3rd and 7 upcoming for Matthews.
You had Chase Moore laying a nice hit with Ian Erb, and Ian Erb showing nice play there, helping the young man up. You might, lay a nice hit, light him up, but you help him up off the field. You got good kids on both teams right now, and, that's the kind of play you want to see.
As Toto brings the play call in for Spagnoletta, Mustangs break the huddle. They're going to have 3 wide receivers, twins to the right. Now they're going to go 4 wide. So 2 to each side. Sidecar to the left is Toto. And we have a flag on the play. Maybe delay of game. Yes, delay of game. 3rd and 12 upcoming for the Mustangs.
Another mental error for the Mustangs. Amy Russell and her family want to wish the Mineral Ridge Cross Country team good luck Tuesday, October 3rd at McDonald Park. Go Rams.
So ball to 24, 3rd and 12. And it's going to be Maisie at quarterback. No, now motioning in is Trenton Hyde as he had started to go out wide. 4 wide receivers. Sidecar to the left is Maisie. Hyde under pressure from Chase Moore. Just going to have to throw it away. That one did get back to the line of scrimmage, so no intentional grounding on this one. 4th and 12 upcoming after the incomplete pass.
Yeah, Chase Moore and Blake Pasista, number 23. They're both of those numbers are seared into his eye sockets right now.
And we'll see if Spagnoletta drops back to punt here. Erb is standing at his own 49-yard line. Spagnoletta will, in fact, line up to punt. 9:16 left on the S&K Painting second quarter clock. Snap back. High snap. Spagnoletta gets it down nicely. Gets the boot away. Bounces at the 47. Picked up by Erb at his own 47. And then gets across midfield.
You got a bunch of obviously very young kids on special teams right now. They let up. Ian Erb said, hey, why not? These guys have let up. I'm going to get a couple more yards on this.
So we'll call it a 4-yard return. They're actually only going to give him the 48 of the Mustangs.
Barb Balestrino would like to wish the Mineral Ridge Rams team, coaching staff, an entire program, especially her grandson, Brady Balestrino, successful and healthy remainder of the season. Go Rams.
Erb still in at quarterback. 4 wide receivers. Trips right. Sidecar right. Believe that's Holbrook. And taking that handoff. Check that is Bryce Rorman ahead for a gain of 2 down to the 47. Check that. Maybe only a gain of 1.
And you see some freshmen getting some playing time. They're saving some of the guys. So you had number 68 or number 60, Cooper Klasik, getting in on a tackle on that play as well.
2nd and 9 for Mineral Ridge. Rorman going to take the counter, gets up the middle. Nice run there off right guard as he gets up near the first down. In fact, I think they're going to give it to him as he believes he is at the as the side just keeps moving to his left as I'm trying to figure out where he's putting the ball down. We'll call it the 37 for a gain of 10 and a first down.
And check that. I meant on a great block there. My bad, everybody.
Shotgun for wide receivers. Roman still the sidecar to the right of Herb. Herb looks right, throws right, has Pemberton. Breaks a tackle, 35, spins off another, still up, down to the 30, and close down to another first down. What an effort by Ethan Pemberton on that one.
Yeah, he is just having the best game I've seen him have all year so far. Just about every time he's touched the ball, he has done something with it. He's having a great night. It's good to see that senior getting a good night in.
We're going to give him a gain of 9 and a 2nd and 1. 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Sidecar left is Rorman. Here comes Balestrino on the jet sweep. 25, 20, 15. He has the corner. 10. You got to say, I think those bright orange shoes might have given away that he stepped out of bounds at the 6-yard line. Gain of 22, 1st and goal for Mineral Ridge.
It's a shame because he just barely stepped out of bounds. I didn't want to say anything, but they saw it. And he just, again, making it look so easy. He just kind of waited a split second. He's so much faster than those other defensive backs, throwing him off of him.
Shotgun. Rorman on the counter. Handoff up the middle. Untouched for the touchdown. What a massive hole on that offensive line as Mineral Ridge takes a 33-0 lead with the extra point pending.
And you're, again, starting to see a lot of backups getting to play. And obviously, we have a huge game next week coming up. So you want to keep all of your starters healthy.
And part of me wonders if that's the reason that we aren't seeing Owen Shingledecker right now.
I think that's why.
Landon Powell on for the extra point. Snap back, ball down, kick up. Kick is good. 7:48 on the SNK painting second quarter clock. Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard says Mineral Ridge 34 and Matthews nothing. We're going to go ahead and step aside for 30 seconds. You're listening to the Beduricks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week here on City View Sportscast, part of the iMedia One Network.
Jesse's Dairy Cove is a hometown favorite, located at 3743 State Route 46, across from the gazebo in Mineral Ridge. Enjoy all of your favorite ice cream. We have over 32 hard scoop and over 40 soft serve favorites. We also have a large food menu, including homemade chili sauce, sloppy joes, pulled pork, fresh cut French fries, and mac and cheese. This fall, we'll start our homemade cookie and party trays. Visit our website at justicedairycove.com to see our menu. At Justice Dairy Cove, we appreciate your business and wish good luck to the Rams.
Now back to the Beduricks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week on City View Sportscast.
5-play, 48-yard drive capped off by a 6-yard touchdown run by Bryce Rorman. Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard says Mineral Ridge 34 and Matthews nothing as Landon Powell prepares to bring us another Youngstown Orthopedic Associates kickoff.
This is definitely the matchup that they needed. Obviously, you try and schedule a team like this for homecoming when you're looking at the season. You don't want to schedule Springfield for your homecoming game. So definitely kind of saw this coming, but it's good that they're getting these underclassmen in yet again playing time that is priceless for the season.
Landon Powell to bring us our Youngstown Orthopedic Associates kickoff, and he's going to squib it. It's going to hit off of Maisie, bounces to the 35, and just sliding past the ball was Corey Spurrick. Almost recovered for Mineral Ridge, but it will be the Mustangs as falling on it for Matthews was number 20, John Shaw. Mustangs going to put it into play at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, Corey was one of our defensive players of the week last week. He just missed it. I don't think he expected it to pop back to him so fast. I thought for sure they were getting that one back.
So again, ball at the 34-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Matthews Mustangs.
Derek Rakic in at left defensive tackle.
Shotgun, 4 wide receivers. Coming in motion is Shaw, the man who recovered the kickoff. Spagnola, nice reception of the snap. Tosses it to Toto. Gets across the 35. I think they're going to give him the 36 on a gain of 2 on the little toss to the left.
Ian Erb made a nice tackle there. He's having a good night defensively as well. But, we're hearing a couple names that we haven't been hearing on a regular basis. And, again, I'm just really impressed with Ethan Pemberton tonight.
So second and maybe a long 7. But the ball is at the 36. Shotgun. 4 wide receiver, sidecar to the right. Assistant shows blitz, but it's a little bubble screen. It's going to be caught by Trenton Hyde, but I think he's only going to get 1 yard on the play. 3rd and long, upcoming for Matthews. 6:40 and running on the S&K Painting. Second quarter clock. Again, Mineral Ridge up big, 34-0 on that Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard. So we will call it 3rd and 7, ball at the 37. Ball at the far hash. As Matthews attacks left to right. Shotgun, 4 wide receivers. Spagnoletta back, gets the pass away, and it falls incomplete. Right there on the line were both Trenton Hyde and number 22, Connor Thompson. But we will see if Spagnoletta will now drop back to punt.
Getting Drain, who specialize in residential, commercial, and industrial drain cleaning services. Call 330-758-5031. Would like to wish the Mineral Ridge Rams good luck in their season.
And it will be Spagnoletta to punt. Ian Erb backing up to his own 33-yard line. Spagnoletta standing at about his own 25 as he prepares to boot this one away. And Zach Mazy's actually the long snapper, and timeout Matthews, as there was some confusion there on who was supposed to be out on the field for the punt team for Matthews. 6:13 left on the S&K Painting second quarter clock. Again, Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard says Mineral Ridge 34 and Matthews nothing. Jump over to Max Prep, see if I can get some scores for us. North Canton Hoover 17, Perry 14, Louisville 13, McDonald 6, Jackson Milton 6, Waterloo nothing in the second quarter. My Riverside Panthers are playing the Beaver Falls Tigers tonight. That is not going to go well for my Panthers. They are 0-4 on the season, and Beaver Falls always a tough matchup, always right up there in the Whippeal. See if we can get some other scores from the Youngstown area at large. Struthers 20, Lakeview nothing, Grove City 21, Greenville nothing, Poland 7, Niles nothing.
Nice.
Carrollton 14, Alliance 13, Harding 14, Boardman 7, easy enough for me to say. South Range 21, Girard 7, West Branch 35, Marlington nothing. As we're now preparing to get back to play, and even out of the timeout, they have a late comer onto the field there in the blocking unit for Matthews. Low snap, Spagnoletta instead is just going to have to pass it. Has a man open, that's Toto at the 40 of Mineral Ridge. Julian Rossi with the tackle, and I don't know if that was designed or if it was just because of the low snap, but a beautiful ball from Dominic Spagnoletta on the fake punt.
Yeah, I'm going to say no, that was not meant. And they lucked out on that one. We have the Battle of the Irish. The Ursuline Irish are away in a non-conference game in Akron, 7-7 in quarter 2. So close game. Come on, we need the Ursuline Irish to win that one.
As we're going to call it a gain of 33 and a first down for the Mustangs. Another low snap, Spagnoletta going to have to run for his life and dives forward to the 30-yard line. Turns what could have been a 5-yard loss into a gain of 3.
Yeah, and if it wasn't Aiden Overacre making the tackle, he would have got a few more there as well.
Second and 7 upcoming for Matthews. Ball the near hash, the right hash, if you were standing in the middle of the field. But for me, it is the near hash as Matthews attacks from left to right. Shotgun. 3 wide receivers. Call it 2 wide receivers, double tight end. Sidecar motions to the left. That is Shaw. And here's Spagnoletta's is going to hand it inside to Toto. Breaks one tackle, but flying up to punish him. My goodness. Corey Squirrick. We'll call it a loss of 5 back to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, he just pinned his ears back, and he laid a huge hit on him. Good job, Corey, again, who was one of our 2 defensive players of the week from last week. Zach Stacy, the other one. He's having a good game. Everybody having a really good game for the Rams. This is what you want for homecoming night.
Part of me wonders if that was a shovel pass and should be marked as a pass instead of a rush, but I guess I'm not that much invested into it. Shotgun, 4 wide receivers. Spagnoletta back to pass, and he's going to get sacked. Back at the 41-yard line, and coming off the bottom of that pile for Mineral Ridge
was Zach Stacy.
None other than the man himself.
Yeah, he gets himself a sack just as we're about to let him know from Grandpa Harry Bittner. Zach, you make me so proud to be your grandpa. You're my best buddy. Love you so much. Keep your head up and keep kicking butt, son. He definitely is doing that, Grandpa Harry.
So, 4th and 17, ball at the 40. After the 5-yard sack by Zach Stacy.
We have a couple other scores. LeBray up 7-0.
Spagnoletta back to pass, looking across the middle, but overshoots everybody as that one is knocked down back there. Is that 16 that I'm seeing for Mineral Ridge? I believe that is Caden McHugh.
Yeah, that was Caden. Ian Erb almost knocking him down. They're giving each other some defensive love there. And he hit him so hard, telling him, whatever he said to him, you know how it goes. We can't repeat it right now. They're just doing a great job defensively and on offense. It definitely is not a fun day being a Matthews Mustang.
So 3:22 left on the S&K Painting second quarter clock. Mineral Ridge 1 point away from getting us into a running clock situation when we start the second half.
The Cheney Cowboys are up 14-0 on the Mooney Cardinals. I don't even like saying that name.
Landon Bingham in at quarterback for Mineral Ridge. Hands off up the middle. Getting about 5. Was that Ian Erb on the bottom of the pile?
Kamani Johnson Winford, the sophomore, had a nice block on the left side of that line.
And check that. Actually, I think it was Tanner Sharp in it running back. As here Bingham looks left, throws left. The pass is caught as we have a flag upcoming on the play. I think Owen Silak maybe going to get called for holding as the pass was caught by Thomas Kolonowski.
Have a score, Lowville up 13-7 on McDonald. The Blue Devils giving the Rockets a little bit of a game there. Niles and Poland now tied 7-7. Warren JFK losing 14-0 from Rootstown, and Springfield up on Western Reserve 19-7.
So 2nd and 15 upcoming for Mineral Ridge. Bingham in a quarterback. Shotgun, 4 wide receivers. Going to hand it off to Sharp. Off the middle, breaks a couple of tacklers, now carrying men with him, gets all of the penalty yardage back, and then even picks up one more as he gets out to the 46.
Again, nice job blocking by number 52, Kamani Johnson Winford, the sophomore. I think he's playing tackle on the left side of that line.
34 guard for Mineral Ridge. Bingham in the shotgun, sidecar to the right. There's the jump.
There it is.
And that'll be a first down. Great work by Landon Bingham on the hard count.
Few more scores. Jackson Milton up 6-0 on Waterloo. East Palestine up 7-6 on Wellsville. United Local 21, Latonia nothing. Struthers 20, Lakeview nothing. Columbiana 21-14 over Southern.
2:14 and rolling on that S&K Painting second quarter clock. Bingham brings a man in motion and going to hand it off on the jet sweep to Kolonowski. But he gets blown up in the backfield by the Mustangs. And we're going to lose 4. Actually, no, 5 back to the 46.
And you know who that was again? The freshman, the biggest kid on the field, Jaden Perkins, who, again, is basically, in my opinion, one of the only two bright spots for the Matthews Mustangs. He is a freshman, the biggest kid on the field for them, and they got him for 3 more years. You're going to be hearing Jaden Perkins quite a bit over the next few years.
Timeout, Mineral Ridge. As the SNK Painting second quarter clock says 1 minute and 51 seconds. We're going to keep it right here.
And you might honestly, Matt, between us and everybody listening knows too, he might not be at Matthews next year. You might hear him in an Ursuline Irish or Cardinal Mooney uniform in a year or two.
So 2nd and 14 upcoming. Bingham in the shotgun for wide receiver, strips right. Bingham looks right, throws right. Caught by Lockard. Flag down on the play. I wonder if we're going to have another holding call on a Mineral Ridge wide receiver. I think it would be our 3rd one of the night.
Now, they're really going to town. Even though, it's a penalty, these referees are penalty happy, this crew we have tonight. But, I like what I'm seeing out of this receiving core because they might have gotten some blocking penalties, but that says that they're going to bat for their teammates. They're not just being lazy like a lot of prima donnas that play receiver are. These guys work and they go to town for their teammates.
So we're going to call it 2nd and 22 as the handoff goes up the middle. Waiting to see who gets off the bottom of the pile for Mineral Ridge. I think it was Tanner Sharp once again. No, check that. It was number 45, Christian Dunlap. Up the middle, got the ball out to the 44-yard line on a gain of 5.
I think Ryan Alisher came and made a nice block there. I think he's in at tackle for Chase Moore on the other side, unless I'm just not seeing the number right.
Sidecar to the right is Dunlap, 4 wide receivers, trips left. Bingham back. Looking right, throwing right, has a man hauled in by David Baker. 10, 5, touchdown.
Nice. Beautiful pass, wide open. He did not get that shock to the system that I'm wide open. Great catch. More points for the Rams.
56-yard touchdown pass from Landon Bingham to David Baker.
And as the homecoming court pulls up in front of us in some nice cars, I think this second car is a black convertible Camaro, a classic. I want that one.
Landon Powell for the extra point. Snap back, ball down, kick, up, kick, doink! Off the upright, no good. SNK Painting, second quarter clock says 51 seconds. Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard says Mineral Ridge 40 and Matthews nothing. We're going to step aside for 30 seconds. You're listening to the Perdue Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week here on City View Sportscast, part of the iMedia One Network.
Experience nature's bounty with Creations Backyard. Elevate your health with the most nutrient-dense foods on earth. From farm to table, sustainably cultivated with care. Grown locally in Niles, Ohio with no chemicals or synthetics ever. Unlock your culinary creativity with Creation Backyard Microgreens. Convenient local delivery and pickup options available. Order now at creationsbackyard.com or call 330-282-7208.
Now back to the Bedurix Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week on City View Sportscast.
5 plays, 60-yard drive ends in a 56-yard touchdown pass from Landon Bingham to David Baker. As our Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard says, Mineral Ridge 40 and Matthews nothing. Landon Powell bringing us our Youngstown Orthopedic Associates kickoff. 51 seconds left in the second quarter on that SNK Painting second quarter clock. Powell 7 yards from the ball. Right hand in the air. He'll start the run up. And he's going to boot it. Takes a nice little bounce. Fielded by Spagnoletta at the 38. Gets across the 40. And we'll see if they give him the 41 or the 42.
That was a nice tackle by Matt Monnier. He almost stripped it there, number 12. I have another score for you. Still in the second quarter, in an away game, we have the Battle of the Irish, Ursuline versus St. Vincent St. Mary. They're tied at 7. Ursuline in a real tight game for the first time this season.
Be at the 42-yard line for the Mustangs, their own 42. Trenton Hyde in at quarterback. Sidecar to the left is Thompson. Coming in motion is Toto, left to right. And Hyde's going to run it. He's going to get hauled down by Zach Stacy, as I think maybe the Mustangs were trying to run the option there. And Zach Stacy says, not so fast, my friend.
Yeah, Grandpa telling him to keep kicking butt. I'm going to tell you what, he has been doing that since the game started. Him and Chase Moore on that offensive line on the right side at guard and tackle, and that defensive tackle, he has just been having a field day. 2 weeks in a row, he has been an absolute monster.
So we'll call the loss of 5 back to the 37. And we'll see if the Mustangs get one more snap off here. So there is a 1 second difference in there. The ball is snapped. Hyde just going to take it off left tackle, pick up 2 yards, and that will do it for our second quarter and the first half. S&K Painting, clock reached 000. Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard says Mineral Ridge 40 and Matthews nothing. We're going to step aside for 2 minutes. And then we'll be back for the halftime show. You've been listening to the Budurix Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week here on CVU Sportscast, part of the iMedia One Network.
Budurix Butcher Block in Mineral Ridge is a quality-driven company focused on great personal service. Our fresh meats are of the finest cut. We make a variety of burgers, sausages, and a full line of deli meats. Using our own smokehouse, we prepare different types of jerky, snack sticks, kibasi, bacon, hot dogs, and bone-in hams. When your tummy needs some relief, call 652-BEEF. That's 330-652-2333.
Jesse's Dairy Cove is a hometown favorite, located at 3743 State Route 46, across from the gazebo in Mineral Ridge. Enjoy all of your favorite ice cream. We have over 32 hard scoop and over 40 soft serve favorites. We also have a large food menu, including homemade chili sauce, sloppy joes, pulled pork, fresh cut French fries, and mac and cheese. This fall, we'll start our homemade cookie and party trays. Visit our website at justicedairycove.com to see our menu. At Justice Dairy Cove, we appreciate your business and wish good luck to the Rams.
If you love history, head over to YouTube and check out Blogging Through History. Hosted by Mineral Ridge High School graduate Chris Mowery, Blogging Through History visits historic sites to explore not only the well-known figures and events of the past, but also compelling stories that maybe you've never heard before. Chris would also like to wish his niece Amira Emsch and the Mineral Ridge Rams the best of luck for a successful 2023 season.
Experience nature's bounty with Creations Backyard. Elevate your health with the most nutrient-dense foods on earth. From farm to table, sustainably cultivated with care. Grown locally in Niles, Ohio with no chemicals or synthetics ever. Unlock your culinary creativity with Creation Backyard Microgreens. Convenient local delivery and pickup options available. Order now at creationsbackyard.com or call 330-282-7208.
Now back to the Budurix Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week on CityView Sportscast.
Welcome back inside Joe Lane Stadium, Easy Whitaker Field in Mineral Ridge, Ohio, for tonight's halftime report at the end of 24 minutes of play. As we check the Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard, the Mineral Ridge Rams have a 40-0 lead over the Matthews Mustangs. Let's go ahead and take a look at some first half statistics. And we'll start with a scoring recap instead. Mineral Ridge got the ball first, 10-play, 80-yard drive. That ended in a touchdown pass from Ian Erb to Ethan Pemberton. Just trying to get exactly how long that touchdown pass was here as I scroll through the stats on my phone. 32-yard touchdown pass from Ian Erb to Ethan Pemberton. Second touchdown pass of the season for Ian Erb. First touchdown catch for Ethan Pemberton. Extra point was missed, 6-0, Mineral Ridge. Ensuing series, Ethan Erb makes a house call on a pick six, a 43-yard interception return for a touchdown on the interception thrown by Dominic Spagnoletta for Ian Erb's first defensive touchdown of the year, second defensive touchdown of the season for Mineral Ridge. Extra point was good, 13-0 Rams. Mustangs go 3 and out. Next drive ends in a touchdown for Mineral Ridge, a 2-yard touchdown run by Ian Erb, his 17th rushing touchdown of the season. Extra point was good, 20-0 Mineral Ridge. Mustangs punt on the next series, which would end in a Brady Balestrino 5-yard touchdown run, 26-0. Mineral Ridge. Extra point was good to make it 27-0. Rams would force another punt, and then on the ensuing series, Bryce Rorman, a 6-yard touchdown run to make it 34-0 after the extra point by Landon Powell. Second string starts to sub in for Mineral Ridge, and then with 51 seconds left in the half, Landon Bingham completes a 56-yard touchdown pass to David Baker. For Bingham, that was his first touchdown pass of the season, as well as the first receiving touchdown for David Baker, and that is how we got to our 40-0 score. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the individual statistics for the Mineral Ridge Rams. For Ian Erb, 10 rushes for 66 yards and a touchdown. Brady Balestrino, 3 carries for 51 yards and a touchdown. Preston Holbrook, 5 carries for 43 yards. Bryce Rorman, 3 carries for 17 yards and a touchdown. Tanner Sharp, 2 carries for 16. Ethan Pemberton, 2 carries for 16. Christian Dunlap, 1 carry for 5. Thomas Kolonowski, 1 carry for a loss of 5. Ian Erb, 5 for 8 passing, 59 yards and a touchdown. Landon Bingham, 1 for 1 passing, 56 yards and a touchdown. David Baker, 1 catch for 56 yards and a touchdown. Ethan Pemberton, 3 catches for 45 yards and a touchdown. Brady Balestrino, 2 catches for 14 yards. And then again, Ian Erb with the 43-yard interception return for the touchdown. As a team, Mineral Ridge, 27 carries for 205 rushing yards, 6 for 9 passing for 115 yards, 2 touchdowns. Got them at 5 penalties, 7 for 11 on third down, 1 for 1 on fourth down, and I believe 2 sacks, and at least 1 by Zach Stacy. Let's go ahead and take a look at the stats for the Matthews Mustangs. Dominic Toto, 4 carries for 9 yards. Trenton Hyde, 2 carries for -3. Dominic Spagnoletta, 6 carries for -6. Zach Mazie, 1 carry for -9. Passing, Dominic Spagnoletta is 3 for 7 for 42 yards and an interception. Trenton Hyde is 0 for 2. Receiving, Dominic Toto, 2 for 41, and Trenton Hyde, 1 catch for 1 yard. As a team, the Mustangs have 13 carries for -9 yards, 3 receptions for 42 yards, 3 for 9 passing, and that interception. They also had 7 penalties in the first half. 0 for 7 on third down, and 1 for 3 on fourth down. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we will have the PAC report, President's Athletic Conference Division 3 football here in the area. So we're going to go ahead, like I said, take a 2-minute timeout, and then we will be back with more of the halftime report. You're listening to the Bedurks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week here on CityView Sportscast, part of the iMedia One Network.
With over 30 years of experience, Bedurks Butcher Block in Mineral Ridge is a quality-driven company focused on great personal service. Our fresh meats are of the finest cut. We make a variety of burgers, sausages, and a full line of deli meats. Using our own smokehouse, we prepare different types of jerky, snack sticks, kibasi, bacon, hot dogs, and bone-in hams. When your tummy needs some relief, call 652-BEEF. That's 330-652-2333. If you love history, head over to YouTube and check out Blogging Through History. Hosted by Mineral Ridge High School graduate Chris Mowery, Blogging Through History visits historic sites to explore not only the well-known figures and events of the past, but also compelling stories that maybe you've never heard before. Chris would also like to wish his niece Amira Emsch and the Mineral Ridge Rams the best of luck for a successful 2023 season.
If you are seeking a skilled photographer in Northeast Ohio with experience in capturing documentary-style photographs for various occasions such as family events, weddings, graduations, sporting events, and other special occasions, look no further than Colleen Moore Photography. Accessible via ColleenMoorePhotography.com, or she can be reached at 330-314-7547. Colleen sends her best wishes to the Mineral Ridge Rams for a fantastic season. Go Rams!
W&M Quality Roofing, LLC is an insured and bonded Mahoning Valley family-owned roofing business. At W&M, we treat your roof and home as if it's our very own. Give us a call at 330-647-0610 for a free estimate. Did you get damage from the latest storm? We also offer financing and specialists for insurance claims. For professional and efficient service, call W&M Quality Roofing at 330-647-0610. Now back to the Beduricks Butcher Block High School football game of the week on CityView Sportscast.
Back inside Joe Lane Stadium, Easy Whitaker Field, where the halftime festivities are going on here at Mineral Ridge High School. Court being introduced right now, but for us, we're going to throw it back to Studio Central and Struthers for the PAC report. Take it away, boys.
Welcome to the PAC Football Report, covering games on September 30th, 2023. I'm Joe Onderco. This week we will take a quick look back at Week 4 football contests in the President's Athletic Conference, while also previewing Week 5 grid action this weekend. Only 2 unbeaten teams remain after 4 weeks of PAC football action, setting up a huge first-place showdown this Saturday. Grove City handed number 14 ranked Carnegie Mellon its first PAC loss in 2 years, with a 21-14 home decision, while W&J kept pace with the Wolverines by blowing out Teal 56-14. In other action, Case Western Reserve rolled past Geneva 42-7, Westminster won 31-20 at Waynesburg, while Allegheny overcame an early deficit to win at home against Bethany 31-20. St. Vincent had the weekend off. PAC Player of the Week recognition for Week 4 went to senior quarterback Alex Fromberg of Case Western Reserve on offense, junior linebacker Malcolm Denome of Allegheny on defense, and Westminster sophomore kicker Ben Pugh on special teams. Earning PAC Newcomer of the Week honors was Grove City freshman wide receiver Daniel Sullivan. Week 5 again features 5 league contests, while Westminster has the weekend off. Highlighting the slate is the battle for sole possession of first place between 4-0 W&J and 4-0 Grove City, before a homecoming crowd at Thorn Field in Grove City at 2 p.m. The Presidents have dominated the series in recent years with 10 consecutive wins, including a 31-14 decision in Washington a year ago. The last Wolverine win over the Presidents came in 2011, when Grove City overcame a 21-0 first-half deficit to beat W&J 24-21 at Thorn Field. President head coach Mike Sirianni previews the matchup of league unbeatens.
And they're good at all 22 positions. There's not one player on their team. If you look at their team, and you're like, where's the weakness? All 22 of their starters are really good football players. I mean, we're looking forward to it because we're looking at it. Listen, we didn't win the conference last year. Carnegie Mellon did. They beat them. We're the underdogs.
Another PAC team celebrating homecoming is Bethany, where the 0-3 Bison host 2-1 Case Western Reserve at Bethany Field with kickoff set for 2:30 p.m. Bethany leads the all-time series with Case 13-9, but the Spartans have dominated as of late with 7 straight wins over the Bison, including a 45-7 final in Cleveland in 2022. The last Bethany win over Case was a 25-14 decision in 2014. Bison head coach Brandon Robinson talks about the importance of his team posting a good performance before a homecoming crowd.
Well, from a routine and just process standpoint, we got to keep it as normal as possible. But I think I'd be lying to myself if I didn't acknowledge that it was homecoming, and it is special here at Bethany. I think I've been places where it's really not that big of a difference from a normal week. Shove my head in the sand if I didn't acknowledge that. And
one of 2 night games on this weekend slate has 1-2 Geneva hosting 1-2 St. Vincent at Reeves Field in Beaver Falls at 7 p.m. The Golden Tornadoes lead the all-time series 16-12-1 against the Bearcats. However, last season, St. Vincent posted a 41-25 final against the GTs in Latrobe, snapping a 3-game Geneva win streak in the series. With St. Vincent coming off their bye week, Geneva head coach Gino DeMarco expects the Bearcats to be rested and ready to play on Saturday.
I see a team that with 2 weeks of rest, they're going to be back at full strength. They'll have everybody, all conference guys will be back. There's no question in my mind all of those guys will play.
In other Week 5 action, 3-1 Carnegie Mellon travels to Meadville for a 7 p.m. kickoff at Frank Fuhrer Field against 2-2 Allegheny. It's the 54th all-time gridiron meeting between the programs in a series led by CMU 31-20-2, and the first since 2013, when the Tartans posted a 26-7 victory over the Gators. Finally, 0-4 Waynesburg travels to Greenville to face 1-3 Teal for the Tomcat homecoming game at 3 p.m. The Yellow Jackets lead the all-time series 34-9-1 and have won 5 straight versus the Tomcats, with the last Teal win being a 50-42 shootout in 2016. That's all for this edition of the PAC Football Report. Please log on to the conference website at www.pacathletics.org all season long for the latest news, scores, statistics, and other league information. You can follow us on social media via Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram. Links are available at the PAC website. I'm Joe Onderco. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you at the stadium.
Thank you very much, Joe. Back here at Joe Lane Stadium, Easy Whitaker Field in Mineral Ridge, Ohio. And Matt, what a performance put on by the Mineral Ridge Band here at halftime. And your baby girl is breaking out the show here tonight.
Yes, she is. My daughter Mira over there with her baton all lit up. She has her fire baton treating the fans. They were a little upset at Lowellville that she did it there, so they wanted her to do it. She's about to do 2 fire batons. So daddy proud right now. And again, just like Matt said, congratulations to the band as well. They do a fantastic job. If it wasn't for them, everything wouldn't work here. They're just as important to the football team as the fans are. So thank you to all of them, and great job, little girl. Daddy proud.
And of course, this trumpet player, 4 years in the high school band, 3 years marching at YSU. Always love a good band performance, and Mineral Ridge Band even get out there and does a dance for us during halftime. Absolutely love to see it. Let's take a look at the Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard again. Here in Mineral Ridge, it is the Rams 40 and the Matthews Mustangs nothing. Grove City 34, Greenville nothing, Poland 14, Niles nothing. Harding 28, Boardman 14, Waterloo and Jackson Milton tied at 6 at halftime. Hickory 27, Slippery Rock 7, Lowellville 19, McDonald 6, Garfield 35, Liberty 7, Cheney 14, Cardinal Mooney nothing.
Not going to complain.
I didn't think you would. Springfield 19, Western Reserve 7, United 21, Latonia nothing. Youngstown East 16, Howland 10, Farrell 28, Wilmington nothing. Columbiana down Southern Local. That is an early final, 22-21. Ursuline and St. Vincent St. Mary out of Akron still tied at 7. Struthers 20, Lakeview nothing. Carrollton 21, Alliance 13, South Range 28, Girard 14. West Branch 42, Marlington nothing. Salem 20, Minerva nothing as the Quakers look for their first win of the year. Sharon 19, Sharpsville 7. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. We'll take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back to take a look at previewing the second half. You've been listening to the halftime report for Dirks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week here on City View Sportscast, part of the iMedia One Network.
Shining Stars Dance and Baton in Niles, Ohio is home to state, regional, national, and international world champions. They offer a wide variety of classes for ages 2.5 and up for boys and girls. Celebrating over 31 years in business, the excellent staff of instructors will help take your baton twirling skills to the next level. Shining Stars would like to wish all the cheerleaders, dance line, band, feature twirler Amira, and players a successful season. Go Rams!
SNK, painting your house today. SNK, painting your house today. SNK Painting provides exceptional painting and refinishing services to the Mahoning Valley and surrounding communities by being an industry leader in our field, focusing on customer service and delivering extraordinary results. We offer interior and exterior painting, and we specialize in cabinet refinishing with affordable cabinet solution. Call SNK Painting for your free estimate at 330-505-1910.
Experience nature's bounty with Creations Backyard. Elevate your health with the most nutrient-dense foods on earth. From farm to table, sustainably cultivated with care. Grown locally in Niles, Ohio with no chemicals or synthetics ever. Unlock your culinary creativity with Creation Backyard Microgreens. Convenient local delivery and pickup options available. Order now at creationsbackyard.com or call 330-282-7208.
Action Physical Therapy is a locally owned outpatient physical therapy company serving the Mahoning Valley for over 20 years. With 5 convenient locations in Hubbard, Cortland, Kinsman, Salem, and Mineral Ridge. Action Physical Therapy can handle all of your physical therapy needs. Action Physical Therapy will create a unique plan made specifically for you. Call us at 1-8333-BEST-PT to schedule your evaluation today. Check us out at myactionpt.com. Get back in action with Action Physical Therapy, and as always, go Rams.
Now back to the Beduricks Butcher Block High School football game of the week on CityView Sportscast.
Welcome back inside Joe Lane Stadium, Easy Whitaker Field in Mineral Ridge, Ohio. Matt Lipsack and Matt Emsch here with you, and we're going to give you one more check on that Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard. It says Mineral Ridge 40 and Matthews nothing, as Mineral Ridge is outstretching. Matthews coming out of the locker room right now. And Matt, I'm pretty sure this one is going exactly how you and I both thought it was going to go.
It is. I mean, it's just complete and utter domination. When we were calling, some other game a couple weeks ago, we were getting, updates of other scores. And towards the end of our matchup that we had, when we got the score of Springfield 71, Matthews nothing, we both looked at each other and we knew that this would be, basically a running clock type of game, especially since, Mineral Ridge is healthy for the most part. I agree with you that, this was definitely the game that Owen Shingledecker, who's been a little banged up with his ankle ever since that Jackson Milton game, you're going to get him completely healed up. Keep him out of this one. Ian Erb is more than capable of taking the reins, so to speak, and running the offense as the quarterback. And they are just dominating on every facet of the game. Couple mental mistakes on special teams, 2 doinks. But, against this team, that's not something that's really a problem.
And honestly, I'm going to be shocked if we see Ian Erb again this evening.
Any of the starters, to be honest with you.
So I think the second team is going to have it from here. So going to be testing both our knowledges of the depth charts for Mineral Ridge. And I think you're going to have an advantage over me, Matt, as you've been watching the freshmen for the past couple of years, because that's how old your daughter is, and she's a cheerleader for the JV team.
Yeah, she is, and this group that are freshmen and playing in the JV last year when they were on the 7th, 8th grade team, they were undefeated. They took care of every game that they played. The only game that they didn't dominate in was the Springfield game. That one ended up a tie. It was a heck of a game. They made a few mental errors. They had some turnovers. But this class of freshmen, I'm going to tell you what, we're going to be watching them, obviously, the next 3 years after this year. I think we're going to be treated to a really excellent program. Brian Shaner has got to be excited about this group that's coming up.
There it is. I was going to say the scoreboard had gone out. As Matthews will receive the second half kickoff. We are going to step aside for 60 seconds, and when we come back, second half kickoff between Mineral Ridge and Matthews. You're listening to the Beduricks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week here on CityView Sportscast, part of the iMedia One Network.
With over 30 years of experience, Beduricks Butcher Block in Mineral Ridge is a quality-driven company focused on great personal service. Our fresh meats are of the finest cut. We make a variety of burgers, sausages, and a full line of deli meats. Using our own smokehouse, we prepare different types of jerky, snack sticks, kibasi, bacon, hot dogs, and bone-in hams. When your tummy needs some relief, call 652-BEEF. That's 330-652-2333. Now back to the Beduricks Butcher Block High School football game of the week on CityView Sportscast.
Matt Lipsack and Matt Emscher with you. And I appreciate our engineer, Brandon Fisher, bringing us back after only 30 seconds, because really the halftime clock is more of a suggestion than it is an actual thing that we adhere to.
Thank you, Brandon. We appreciate you for keeping us on the air. He works really hard at the station with the other guys.
Pushing all the buttons, paying the bills. Don't mess with my engineer. I'll come get you. As our the judges on the field are saying, hey, put the third quarter 12 on the clock. Let's get this thing going. As we are going to have a running clock. So, Matt, we've got a chance to get out of here before 9:30, maybe.
It's going to go quick now. And my question is, obviously you look at the sidelines of the Matthews Mustangs. There aren't many guys on it. So, I see number 25, one of those starters,
Zach Mazie.
Yeah, Zach Mazie on the sidelines. And I think that's a smart choice. But you're going to have guys that start that they just don't have the numbers to pull them. I mean, look at big old 76 on kickoff.
Landon Powell's going to drive it deep for our Youngstown Orthopedic Associates. Kickoff makes it all the way to the end zone on the fly, and that'll be a touchback. So Matthews going to put it into play, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. As you hope Landon Powell's right leg isn't getting tired, all the kicking he's been having to do here.
Yeah, he's not done. That's for sure.
6 extra points, and now 7 kickoffs. So again, 1st and 10, Matthews, ball at the 20. Spagnoletta at quarterback, 4 wide receivers in the spread. Coming in motion is Toto. There's a sidecar to the left, and they're going to run their option. They're going to pitch it to Toto. And he's going to get hauled down right at the line of scrimmage. Trying to get a number on that. Is that Shingledecker or is that Rossi?
I honestly can't see that far.
You know what? No, I think it's David Baker. I believe it's number 2.
And it looks like, we have all
I do see Julian Rossi here.
Ian Erb is out there. I think Zach Stacy is out there still at nose tackle. I would pull these guys.
Shotgun, 4 wide. There's a receiver in the backfield. Low snap, but they're going to blow it dead on a false start on the Matthews offense. Back it up by 5, 2nd and 15. Upcoming.
Dunlap's Repair Service would like to wish Christian Dunlap and the Mineral Ridge Rams a successful season. For all your plumbing and backflow needs, you can call Joe and Noah Dunlap at 330-718-8650. Go Rams.
Another empty backfield for Spagnoletta. Looking left, throws left, has to jump to get it away as he was under immediate pressure from Justin Sudetic. And that one's going to fall incomplete as it was intended for Seth Wyatt.
Yeah, Zach Stacy's still out there. Ian Erb is still out there. I would definitely be pulling these guys. I know they want to play. This is their senior year. But you have more important things to worry about. You got Springfield next week. You have your place, hopefully in the OHSAA playoffs.
Shotgun for wide receivers. Running back in the backfield to left. Spagnoletta dropping back. Persistent in on the pressure. Spagnoletta gets away. He's going to break the pocket and get ahead for a gain of 4 to the 19-yard line, but it will be 4th down.
Zach Stacy almost grabbing him. He was just a little too quick, and then Corey Squirtick and Ian Erb cleaning up at the end of that play. You also saw Preston Holbrook heading over there. He has been a monster, too, defensively. A lot of these young guys, we talk about them all the time. Holbrook is a sophomore. He's already been our player of the game once this year.
Spagnoletta back to punt on the 4th and 11 for the Mustangs. Good snap. The kick is blocked off the fingertips of Caden McCune, and it's going to roll out of bounds at the Matthews 40-yard line. Check that 39.
From Grandpa Harry Bittner to senior number 62, Zach Stacy. You make me so proud to be your grandpa. You're my best buddy. Love you so much. Keep your head up. Keep kicking, but son, again, Grandpa Bittner, grandson Zach has been eating it tonight. He is eating well. He is destroying people left and right. He definitely has his head up tonight.
Second team offense out for Mineral Ridge. Landon Bingham at quarterback. Tanner Sharp is going to be the running back. Shotgun. 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. As we had 8 minutes and rolling on that S&K Painting second quarter clock. Sharp, little trouble with the handoff, able to get it up the middle. And he's going to get down to the 36-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 3 for Tanner.
That was a good job blocking by Ryan Alisher, the, I believe, right tackle. He's one of those freshmen. So you got some guys that are going to be playing quite a bit tonight that will not be playing in the JV game tomorrow. If they even have the numbers to have a JV game, I'm not so sure that they will be having them.
Bingham checks with the sideline. No huddle here for Mineral Ridge. 4 wide receivers, trips right. Sidecar to the right is Sharp. Bingham on the option, going to take it. Up the middle. Gets the first down to the 30. Push sideways. He's going to get down to the 26. We'll call it a gain of 10 when he needed 7. First down for Mineral Ridge.
Good block by number 72, Gavin Harding, also one of those freshmen, one of those offensive linemen out there giving those starters a break.
First and 10 for Mineral Ridge. Ball at the far hash on the Matthews 26-yard line.
You got Justin Sedetic, number 51, a sophomore. He's at center right now. Zach Stacy is still out there at right guard.
I see 52, not 62.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I think that's Kamani Johnson.
All right, that is who that is. Thank you.
As little trouble on the exchange there with Silac. Bingham's going to have to keep it himself, and he's going to fall forward for a gain of 1 to the 25 as Silac came across in the jet motion, and the ball almost hit the turf there. Nice hands by Landon Bingham as we hit 6 minutes and moving on this S&K Painting third quarter clock.
Yeah, he saw his life flash before his eyes because Jaden Perkins, number 76, was right there.
And this time it will be Silac taking the jet motion, gets to the 20, 15, wrestled down at the 10 by Seth Wyatt. Nice carry there by Owen Silac.
Yeah, the freshman wide receiver, defensive back. He's done pretty good when he's gotten in occasionally in a couple games this season, showing some nice speed there. I told you, and you had mentioned it, how I'd seen these guys last year in that 8th grade squad, that undefeated team. There are going to be some really good seniors in 4 years.
We'll call it a gain of 16 for Silac as he got down to the 9. First and goal for Mineral Ridge as we approach 5 minutes left in the S&K Painting third quarter. Shotgun, 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Sidecar to the right is Tanner Sharp. Sharp up the middle, makes a man miss, gets to the 5, spins out of a tackle, touchdown!
Very, very nice. Tanner Sharp is like being on an Xbox right there, hitting the X button, having a spin. He did not give up. He gave that extra effort, and the freshman running back, defensive back, gets a touchdown in this game.
Second rushing touchdown of the year in varsity for Tanner Sharp. Had one last week in Lowville in mop-up time. On for the extra point is Steven Gutierrez. Kick off the crossbar, no good.
Second doink on the crossbars of the game. So that's 3 missed extra point in this game?
Correct, sir. As there are 4 minutes, 15 seconds and moving on the S&K Painting third quarter clock. Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard says Mineral Ridge 46, and Matthews nothing. We're going to step aside for 30 seconds. You're listening to the Bedurks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week here on City View Sportscast, part of the iMedia One Network.
Shining Stars Dance and Baton in Niles, Ohio is home to state, regional, national, and international world champions. They offer a wide variety of classes for ages 2.5 and up for boys and girls. Celebrating over 31 years in business, the excellent staff of instructors will help take your baton twirling skills to the next level. Shining Stars would like to wish all the cheerleaders, dance line, band, feature twirler Amira, and players a successful season. Go Rams!
Now back to the Bedurks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week on City View Sportscast.
5-play, 39-yard drive that ends in a 9-yard touchdown run for Tanner Sharp. Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard says Mineral Ridge 46 and Matthews nothing. As we prepare for our Youngstown Orthopedic Associates kickoff, I think Landon Powell's night is going to be done, and Steven Gutierrez will be handling the kicking duties from here on out. And of course, as I say that, there is Landon Powell to bring us the kickoff.
Yeah, when you have special teams, a lot of times you're gonna have some of those guys, and I see number 16, Caden McCune in there. You got number 23, Blake Basista in there.
See David Baker, who caught a touchdown pass in the first half. Number 13, Michael Locker. I believe he has an interception this season in varsity play. As Powell with the run-up, and he's going to drive it deep. Is it going to stay in bounds?
Yeah.
Yes, it is, and it makes the end zone on the fly. Another touchback for Landon Powell. 1st and 10 Matthews, ball at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, great job. 2 times in a row putting them deep. That's impressive that he's doing that.
60 yards on the fly is not easy. I know I could not do it.
No. Kicking is definitely a very, very big specialty. I'm not ashamed to admit. I mean, I was a great defensive lineman in high school, offensive lineman in college. I punted horrifically. It was embarrassing.
I was a very good trumpet player. That's what I had going
there
for
you
me
go,
in high school
baby.
and college. I was also very good at basketball and baseball statistics. The game of football, not me.
Well, you're doing a darn good job so far.
I found early on that the mental pursuit of sports was where my future lay. As here's the toss to Toto,
nice.
and he gets absolutely punished as he gets to the 25-yard line. And I wish I could see who delivered that hit.
I see him coming as he's feeling.
Was it Justin Sudetic? Was it 51?
Yeah, I think that's number 54, actually, Guillermo Kunkel. Is that number over there?
I thought it was 51, but I could be entirely mistaken.
I watched him get up. He was shaking his head a little bit. He got a little bit of the hit himself. If we're wrong, we apologize. I do.
2nd and 6. Shotgun. Spagnoletta going to keep it himself. Gets wrapped up by Christian Dunlap, but breaks the tackle across the 30 to the 34. They're going to give him the 35. It is a first down.
Lockhart on the tackle there.
Actually, I believe they're going to give him the 36, so a gain of 12 for Spagnoletta.
Amy Russell and her family want to wish the Mineral Ridge Cross Country team good luck Tuesday, October 3rd at McDonald Park. Go Rams.
So 1st and 10 for Matthews. Ball at their 36. They'll break the huddle with 2 wide receivers, 3 tight ends, sidecar in the backfield to the right. Spagnoletta here on a little pitch forward. That may actually go as a pass, but it's going to lose 2 yards.
Yeah, and the reason that they lost those 2 yards is I'm looking at the number. I'm trying to see it really hard. That's number, I believe, number 54, Guillermo Kunkel. Again, the freshman getting another tackle. He just left the field, so I know that was his number.
So I heard the PA announcer say Justin Sudetic, but
I saw 54.
Maybe they have binoculars down there.
Yeah, well, then, if I'm wrong, I apologize.
2nd and 12 for the Mustangs. Spagnoletta looking right, going to break away from Dunlap under pressure. He's got some room to work with 40, 45, 50, and then hauled down. Nice tackle there by Owen Silak.
Yeah, Owen Silak doing a good job saving them. again, we were in this situation before where we had a shutout. And, let me tell you something. Those starters that are pitching that shutout are not happy if they lose that shutout. And, the last time that happened, it was kind of a sketchy situation when it went down, and it was kind of not really, Oh, and he's hurting right now, Landon Powell.
Well, on the big gain, Matthews going to go ahead and take their first timeout of the half. There is a minute and 1 second remaining on the S&K Painting third quarter clock. Jesse's Dairy Co. scoreboard says Mineral Ridge 46 and Matthews nothing, but Mustangs are driving. They are at the Mineral Ridge 49-yard line. I think this is their third time on the Mineral Ridge side of the field here this evening.
Dominic Spagnoletta came out limping. He's on the bench right now. He was their only bright spot. I gave the wrong name. I said Landon Powell. I apologize.
I was like, what? Why is Mineral Ridge's kicker hurt?
Dominic Spagnoletta, number 1 for Matthews. I was thinking 1. I'm used to saying that name in the Rams uniform.
Trenton Hyde going to take the snap at quarterback here. Shotgun. 3 wide receivers, and Trenton Hyde's going to roll out to left. He's going to run the keeper, puts his shoulder down, and maybe going to pick up 1 there, maybe even 1.5 as he gets across the 48.
David Baker meeting him in the middle of the field, the junior, the wide receiver, defensive back. He might have taken a little pop himself, but he definitely gave as good as he got. Academy Drain, who specialize in residential, commercial, industrial drain cleaning services, call 330-758-5031. Would like to wish the Mineral Ridge Rams good luck in the season.
It is a gain of 1, 2nd and 9. Ball on the Ridge 48-yard line. Shotgun. 3 wide receivers, tight end left, now sidecar left, and I think a timeout Mineral Ridge, or no, the end of the third quarter. S&K Painting third quarter clock reads 000. Jesse's Dairy Co. scoreboard says Mineral Ridge 46 and Matthews nothing. We're going to step aside for 60 seconds. You're listening to the Bedurks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week here on City View Sportscast, part of the iMedia One Network.
If you are seeking a skilled photographer in Northeast Ohio with experience in capturing documentary-style photographs for various occasions such as family events, weddings, graduations, sporting events, and other special occasions, look no further than Colleen Moore Photography. Accessible via ColleenMoorePhotography.com, or she can be reached at 330-314-7547. Colleen sends her best wishes to the Mineral Ridge Rams for a fantastic season. Go Rams!
Now back to the Bedurks Butcher Block High School Football Game of the Week on City View Sportscast.
Back inside Joe Lane Stadium, Easy Whitaker Field, Mineral Ridge, Ohio. Matt Lipsack, Matt Emch here with you. So we prepare to start the S&K Painting fourth quarter, and they are going to wind that fourth quarter clock as the Jesse's Dairy Co. scoreboard says Mineral Ridge 46 and Matthews nothing. 2nd and 9, ball at the Ridge 48 for Matthews. The lineup in the pistol, 2 wide receivers. 2 tight ends also in the backfield. And it's going to be Trenton Hyde rolling to the left, looking downfield, has a man intercepted! Coming up with the pick is Owen Silak.
Great job. He has had 3 plays so far, big time tonight. He's had a big run and 2 big plays on defense. Nice job, young man. Owen Silak, number 17. The freshman.
A beautiful diving catch.
Getting a lot of love from his team. I love seeing that.
Cut in front of Seth Wyatt at the 31-yard line. It was a beautiful play, Matt.
It was. He just turned around perfectly at the right time. He was coached to do it. He learned correctly by his coaches. Chet Allen, that D coordinator, making sure it trickles down all the way to those freshmen through his coaches, and he just did what he was taught. Had a beautiful interception. Great job, young man.
So out comes the Mineral Ridge offense, and that cannot be Matt Monier at quarterback. As here's the handoff. I think that's Christian Dunlap just running right into the pile.
No, that is not. That's Derek Hester, number 18.
18,
no,
not
he's
12.
A freshman. I'm going to tell you what, Derek Hester, I watched him last week in the Louisville JV game. He was the quarterback for that freshman or that 8th grade team that went undefeated. They were losing to Louisville. He got in the last series, took them right down the field.
2nd and 11. Thought about making the pass. Now he's going to have to run for his life. Gets the pass away as knocked down was his receiver, Thomas Kononowski. And the pass there from Derek Hester is going to go incomplete.
He showed some good wheels. I'm going to tell you what, I've been watching this kid since last year. He is going to be a starter. If not in a year, he'll be a starter in 2. He has got great wheels. He's got great eyes. The kid can throw. He's got excellent vision on the field. I've been very impressed with him the last 2 years.
3rd and 11. 4 wide receivers as missed the snap was Hester, and he's going to just pounce on it at the 14-yard line. Big loss of 16 yards there on the errant snap.
Just as you give someone love, that's when that happens. He's a freshman. He's nervous. He just got in it, and he just got fell on by the biggest guy in the Matthews uniform as well.
And is Christian Dunlap going to line up to punt here?
We have some scores. Poland 21, Niles 14. And the last score we have of the Springfield game, I think it was 19-7. That was the last time I had a score from them. So Poland and Niles going back and forth.
Mineral Ridge going to burn a timeout here as they talk over this 4th and 28 that is upcoming as the ball is on the 13-yard line.
I have an updated score and a sorry from Dave. Poland 28, Niles 14. So the Bulldogs now pulling away from the Red Dragons. Red Dragons at home at Bo Ryan Stadium in Niles. And, okay, I got another sorry. It's back to 21-14. So I'm a little confused. It's either 28 or I believe it's 21-14.
And want to thank my dad for texting in that the Beaver Falls Tigers lead my Riverside Panthers 41-6.
There you go, baby.
On what I have to imagine is also homecoming back in Elwood City. So it is going to be Christian Dunlap to punt. Good snap, good punt. Nice height, nice hang time. Spagnoletta misses it. Don't know if he touched it or not, and somebody's going to jump on it at the 29-yard line as it took a very friendly Matthews bounce. I think they are going to let Matthews keep it, though.
Justin Sedetin coming in, putting a nice hit. And I have another score for you. Springfield, 26-7 with 1:55 in the third. And at the end of the third quarter, finally, the Ursuline Irish up 27-13 on the Akron St. Vincent St. Mary Fighting Irish. Everything green at that game, but the right team out of Youngstown starting to pull ahead. My alma mater, let's go, baby.
So just a 16-yard punt for Dunlap as probably, unfortunately for him, lost about 10 yards of net on the bounce. Spagnoletta back in at quarterback, shotgun, 2 wide receivers, double tight end, sidecar right. Spagnoletta's going to keep it off the right side, breaks a tackle, gets past David Baker, runs into a man at the 20, breaks that tackle, 10, 5, touchdown!
Hey, let's also not forget something, guys. We've got the starting team for the Mustangs are playing against freshmen right now. And I kind of, in a way, don't blame them for the most part because you look at their sidelines and they have, 7 or 8 guys, 10 at the most on their sidelines. New score. This is the correct score now. Poland up 28-14 over Niles with 4:32 in the third. Dunlap's Repair Service would like to wish Christian Dunlap and the Mineral Ridge Rams a successful season. For all your plumbing and backflow needs, you can call Joe and Noah Dunlap at 330-718-8650. Go Rams!
2-point conversion. Spagnoletta, a little jump pass over the fingertips of Trenton Hyde, and that goes incomplete.
I think Owen Silac was on the defense. Another good play by number 17. The freshman's having a good game tonight.
So with the running clock, we're going to keep it right here 8:02 on that SNK Painting fourth quarter clock. Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard says Mineral Ridge 46 and Matthews 6. That was a 6-play, 32-yard drive for Matthews that resulted in a touchdown run for Dominic Spagnoletta.
From Grandpa Harry Bittner to senior number 62, Zach Stacy, you make me so proud to be your grandpa. You're my best buddy. Love you so much. Keep your head up and kicking butt all day, sir. He doesn't need to keep kicking butt. He kicked butt all night long. Great job. Hello to the Bittner family.
Maybe my drive chart hasn't updated here. I'm trying to... So I've got the drive that ended in the interception. Then we went backwards.
Also, hello to the Stacy family. Chris Stacy, mom. Hello.
So Matthew's going to tee it up at the 40-yard line. Dominic Spagnoletta going to kick it off for us as they wind that fourth quarter clock, which is brought to you by SNK Painting. Spagnoletta puts the right foot to it, drives it deep over the head of the man back there from Mineral Ridge. He's going to have to pick it up at his own 1-yard line. Coming to the middle, I believe that was Owen Silak, and he's going to bring it back to about the 17-yard line.
And hands the ball right to the referee. That's old school right there. I like seeing that kind of play. Barb Balestrino would like to wish the Mineral Ridge Rams team, entire coaching staff, and especially her grandson, Brady Balestrino, a successful and healthy remainder of the season. Go Rams.
So out comes the Mineral Ridge offense, 7:42 on that SNK Painting fourth quarter clock, and now our referee will wind that clock. Hester back at quarterback. Shotgun 4 wide receivers. Sidecar to the right is Dunlap, and I think that actually ended up being a direct snap as he plows up the middle and only gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Is that Hester still in there at number 18 at quarterback?
I believe so, sir.
He's a big boy, too. He's tall. I think you're going to see great things out of this freshman team. They've got a lot of great players. You don't go undefeated in your 8th grade year and not have some good players. They played some pretty good teams.
Hester checking with the sideline for the play. 20 seconds on the play clock. Now he has it. Dunlap's going to be the sidecar to the left. 4 wide receivers, trips right. Hester fakes the handoff, going to keep it himself. Gets across the 20 and falls forward to the 24-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 7. 3rd and 3 upcoming.
Jaden Perkins, number 76, still in there, the big boy. He's coming off the field right now, and I would take him out of the game. He's been playing all day long. He is their one bright spot that I have seen out of that team. That is a name, everybody, that you're going to be hearing. He's got his head down right now, but Jaden Perkins, listen to that name. You're going to be hearing it. I don't think it's going to be in Matthews for the next 3 years either. Oh, no.
As fumble in the backfield, wrestling for the ball down there. I think another bad snap there for Hester.
Yeah, it was. It went straight up in the air, and number 58, I believe that is, or 50, no, I'm sorry, Zane Fisher, number 59, caught that out of the air, got himself an interception. That is a rarity for a defensive lineman. You get that opportunity usually in the backfield.
Check that. It is a fumble recovered by Mineral Ridge. So Dunlap on to punt on the 4th and 8.
That went on the field. They were beating each other up.
High snap. Dunlap does a great job to get it down. Punt fielded by Spagnoletta at the 45, 40, 35, 30. Has the corner. 25, 20. Couldn't dance around Christian Dunlap, who knocks him out of bounds.
Yeah, Christian Dunlap, the thing that he did wrong there is he had his hat down. He just kind of put his head down and didn't look. You have to keep your head up, son. Keep your head up. Look where you're throwing a tackle. I apologize. I was looking at the numbers there when I guess that, like they just showed, good job getting the ball back, as he definitely had it, and they went for the struggle. So I missed that part looking for numbers.
Kick return to the 17-yard line. So 28-yard return for Spagnolet. It's going to be Trenton High at quarterback. He's got Shaw in the backfield, 3 wide receivers, double tight end. Hyde going to keep it himself to the left. Gets the corner, 15. Ripped out of bounds by Michael Lockhart. Looks like they're going to give him the 13-yard line on a gain of 4.
Amy Russell and her family want to wish the Mineral Ridge Cross Country team good luck Tuesday, October 3rd at McDonald Park. Wishes them good luck. Go Rams.
3rd and 6. Ball at the near hash as Matthews attacks right to left and here in plus territory. Could be Hyde at quarterback again. Sidecar to the right is Toto, double tight end, 3 wide receivers. The pitch to Toto. Great job of contained there by the outside linebacker and then Justin Sudetic. And I think we're going to have an unsportsmanlike conduct or delay of game there on Toto, as he was upset with himself that he got tackled. I think he was just upset he got tackled by freshmen.
I think, are you sure that's delay again? I think he got the penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct for slamming the ball down.
I don't know what, either delay game or unsportsmanlike conduct. I don't know what they are going to call here.
Yeah, you're not allowed in high school to slam the ball down out of anger. So, and he's coming out of the game too. So I would say that was against him. You definitely are not allowed to slam the ball down out of anger. I know they're frustrated, but you got to keep your head in a game. You're trying to put some more points on the board, have a respectful game.
So we'll see how much they mark off here. If they're bringing it back to the 28, it was a personal foul.
Ursuline Irish still up 27-20 now against Akron St. V's.
So the down counts, it's a dead ball. So 3rd and 21, ball to 28. Hyde in the shotgun. Sidecar is Shaw. Hyde going to keep it himself. Bounces to the outside. Throws a stiff arm coming in to clean that up. Linebacker from Mineral Ridge. And I think that's maybe only a gain of 1. 4th down upcoming for the Mustangs. As in-house, they say tackle by a bunch of the Rams. All right, 4th and 20. As maybe Hyde only got back to the line of scrimmage there. It is Hyde to take the snap. He's back to pass. Rolling to the left. Gets the pass away. Looking for Toto at the goal line. Touchdown. 28-yard passing touchdown from Trenton Hyde to Dominic Toto. Gets another touchdown on the board.
He had double coverage there, and, you know, again, you got a lot of starters out there for the Mustangs, and you got freshmen out there. They just turned around. He had a good pass. Congratulations on a touchdown for the Matthews Mustangs.
2 minutes and rolling on that S&K Painting 4th quarter clock. 2-point conversion upcoming. Hyde to take the snap. Shaw's the sidecar to the right. And I think we had maybe a little bit of a lean. Yes, lined up in the neutral zone is going to be the call on the offense.
No, that's against the Mustangs. False start.
I see the far side official giving offside. So, yeah, somebody lined up in the neutral zone.
Okay, well, referee just pointed at the Mustangs. That's the only reason I'm saying.
So we'll go with the 2-point conversion from the 8.
So he's obviously confused.
Mustangs break the huddle. Shotgun, 3 wide receivers, tight end left, sidecar to the right. High-low snap, and he's just going to fall on it at the 21-yard line.
Get Drain, who specialize in residential, commercial, industrial drain cleaning services. Call 330-758-5031. We'd like to wish the Mineral Ridge Rams good luck in their season.
93 seconds left on that SNK Painting fourth quarter clock. Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard says Mineral Ridge 46 and Matthews 12.
Have some scores real quick. South Range up 28-21 over Girard. Girard giving them everything they can in the fourth quarter. McDonald and Lowville, last score we still have 13-7 Lowville, but I'm sure that's changed since then. Warren JFK getting beat by Rootstown 28-7. Grass isn't always greener. You had a coach there, and Coach Prologo, that took you to 2 state champions. You ran them out of there. Now you guys are suffering. It's not always greener on the other side, everybody.
I've got Lowville 33, McDonald 6.
There you go. Thank you for the update.
And still Springfield 19, Western Reserve 7. Spagnoletta going to bring us our Youngstown Orthopedic Associates kickoff.
Beaver Local 25, Hubbard 22. Hubbard having a rough year.
Spagnoletta drives it deep. Going to bounce at the 7 and roll into the end zone off the fingertips of Thomas Kolonowski.
Kick goes into the end zone. Middle Ridge will start on the 20-yard line. Folks, if anybody lost their cell phone, there's one word into the concession stand.
75 seconds left on that SNK Painting fourth quarter clock. I think maybe 2 plays from the Mineral Ridge offense here, and our ball game will be over.
Have another update with the 6-0 Ursuline Irish battling the St. V's, or the St. V's Irish, sorry. Ursuline up 27-20 in the fourth quarter. That one's going to the wire.
So they wound the game clock. They didn't start the play clock here. It's still Hester at quarterback. Going to hand it off to Dunlap. Breaks a tackle across the 20. Ripped down at about the 24-yard line.
Cheney up 14-0 over Mooney.
And I'm sure this will be our last play of the evening, as there are 40 seconds left on the SNK Painting fourth quarter clock. And now 25 seconds and moving on the play clock. Hester checks the wristband. Shotgun, 4 wide receivers, trips right. Sidecar to the right is Dunlap. Hester hands it off. Dunlap off left tackle, breaks a tackle, 30. As a man has a hold of his jersey, flag on the play. Refs are going to blow it dead with 16 seconds left as Dunlap got out to the 35 on a gain of 11.
Speaking of 35, the Warren Harding Raiders up 35-14 over the Boardman Spartans.
The only thing I could think was it was right there at the point of the tackle. Are they going to call a face mask, or is it even going to matter? Nope, they're going to wind the clock, and that will do it. SNK Painting fourth quarter clock shows 000. Jesse's Dairy Cove scoreboard with tonight's final. Mineral Ridge Rams 46, Matthews Mustangs 12. We're going to step aside for a break. When we come back, we will have the post-game show here for you on City View Sportscast, part of the iMedia One Network.
SNK, painting your house today.
S&K Painting provides exceptional painting and refinishing services to the Mahoning Valley and surrounding communities by being an industry leader in our field, focusing on customer service and delivering extraordinary results. We offer interior and exterior painting, and we specialize in cabinet refinishing with affordable cabinet solution. Call S&K Painting for your free estimate at 330-505-1910.
Shining Stars Dance in Baton in Niles, Ohio is home to state, regional, national, and international world champions. They offer a wide variety of classes for ages 2.5 and up for boys and girls. Celebrating over 31 years in business, the excellent staff of instructors will help take your baton twirling skills to the next level. Shining Stars would like to wish all the cheerleaders, dance line, band, feature twirler Amira, and players a successful season. Go Rams!
Now back to the Beduricks Butcher Block High School football game of the week on CityView Sportscast.
Welcome back inside Joe Lane Stadium, Easy Whitaker Field, Mineral Ridge, Ohio. Matt Lipsack and Matt Emscher with you. Your final score here this evening was Mineral Ridge 46 and Matthews 12. Let's get you some final statistics from tonight's game. Ian Erb led all rushers with 10 carries, 66 yards, and a touchdown. Brady Balestrino, 3 carries, 51 yards, and a touchdown. Tanner Sharp, 4 carries, 28 yards, and a touchdown. Bryce Warman, 3 carries, 17 yards, and a touchdown. Passing for Mineral Ridge, Ian Erb was 5 for 8 for 59 yards and a touchdown. Landon Bingham was 1 for 1 for 56 yards and a touchdown. Derek Hester was 0 for 1 passing the ball. David Baker, 1 catch for 56 yards and a touchdown. Ethan Pemberton, 3 catches, 45 yards and a touchdown. Brady Balestrino, 2 catches for 14 yards. And then Mineral Ridge did have a defensive touchdown, a 43-yard pick six by Ian Erb in the first quarter. Let's get you some statistics for the Matthews Mustangs. Dominic Spagnoletta, 10 carries for 56 yards and a touchdown. Dominic Toto, 7 carries for 13 yards. Dominic Spagnoletta was 4 for 9 passing for 40 yards. He threw the pick six. Dominic Toto was 1 for 1 passing for 27 yards. Trenton Hyde, it must have been Trenton Hyde that made, Trenton Hyde was 1 for 4 passing for 27 yards and the touchdown. Dominic Toto, 5 catches for 93 yards and a touchdown. Trenton Hyde, 1 catch for 1 yard. And that also, with an interception for the Mineral Ridge defense, was Owen Silak. As, Matt, we got exactly what we expected to see here tonight.
Yeah, we did. I mean, like I had said before, when we saw especially that Springfield score of 71-0 a couple weeks ago, we knew when we had homecoming here, and that for the most part, all of the Rams were healthy tonight. I think it was very smart of Coach Brian to keep Shingledecker out. Next week they got Springfield. That's a smart move. They just lit them up, especially the way that we knew they would. There was just no comparison of the teams, the talent on the field, the coaching on the field, just completely outclassed. And you got to feel bad for the Mustangs because these kids are working their butts off every day during the week. They're not coming to these games wanting to get waxed by these teams. So I just want to give them a little love. These boys are working hard and they gave everything that they could. They're just unfortunately got an issue at the school. They're underclassed, but the Rams are looking excellent going into next week with that Springfield game, which is just huge. And they look great. Their younger players look great. We have had an opportunity this year to see Coach Shaner's team get many games what is this, the third or the fourth game with the running clock? I think the third. And so how many times we've seen the freshman and sophomore, and I can pretty much guarantee they don't have a JV team, so there won't be a JV game tomorrow. That's why we saw, all those freshmen out there getting playing time, which they should in a game like this. You've got a lot of good players coming up in the coming years. They're going to have an excellent program. Coach Shaner's got to be extremely happy. But man, what the starters, what a great job they did tonight all around.
And so Mineral Ridge, as you mentioned, will be facing the Springfield Tigers next week. But Matt, you're moving on without me. I've got to call a Phantoms hockey game next week. Phantoms will be taking on the Chicago Steel in a rematch of last year's Eastern Conference Finals. And in fact, the Phantoms have their home opener and banner raising ceremony tomorrow night at the Cavelli Center. If you're not going to the Mineral Ridge homecoming dance, we'd love to have you. $5 tickets, $2 adult beverages, tailgate party before the game starting at 3 o'clock. Going to be food trucks and a whole lot of fun down at the Cavelli Center. Call the Phantoms box office for tickets or more information. 330-747-PUCK. That's 330-747-7825. I believe Jim Craven's going to be bringing us the play-by-play next week from Springfield.
Yeah, I wanted to let you say it. I didn't want to say it. I was going to wait and say it. I'm going to miss you next week, partner. I'm going to be at the Springfield game without you. It's the first game this year that I'm not going to have the other half of me of this year of my Matt and Matt show. But I'm going to be with Jim Craven and Coach Bob Gessler. We would have been two crews calling the same game if you weren't there. So Jim said, why don't you just come on over since Matt's not going to be there with you? So I will be doing color with a group of 3 next week, which I'm sure we'll have a good time calling an excellent game. It's going to be a big matchup with the Rams and the Springfield Tigers. Springfield losing 2 games this year, but they have turned it on in the coming weeks. So this is going to be a huge game, which I think why we discussed Shingledecker wasn't out there. I think Coach Shaner made a good choice keeping him out. Obviously, they didn't need him against the Mustangs, and it will be interesting to see how next week goes. What an exciting day it's going to be tomorrow. You are back home in Youngstown for that raising of that flag, and you guys are going to get some rings, you and Jim and Dave, and it's going to be pretty exciting.
Yeah, can't wait to get back to the Cavelli Center and see all of my friends with the Youngstown Phantoms again. Puck drop is at 7:05. Pregame show starts at 6:45 over on West Reserve 1. Matt, any final thoughts before are we sending it over to the Springfield game? Is that still going?
We are going to, but I'm going to real quick, we're going to talk about the players of the game. Every week we have the Select Sportswear player of the game. Colleen Moore, Belleria Pizza, and Niles Joe Eckenrode is the owner there. Shining Stars Dance Baton. They all sponsor the player of the game. And on defense this week, pretty easy. Ethan Pemberton, who also had a great game on offense. He just had a knockout game. We're going to give him player of the game on D. And then on offense, Brady Ballestrino, who also had a good game on D. He looked fabulous on offense in those hot orange shoes that he just glowed out there. It's awesome to watch somebody that has speed like that running in shoes like that. And then also, everybody, we're getting darn close to picking finally the Beast Lineman of the Year award. I have a pretty good idea who is in the lead right now. I'm sure everybody that comes to the games and listens kind of has an idea who's in the lead, but we'll find out very soon. Had a good time with you, partner. I'm going to miss you next week.
I'm going to miss you more. So, for Matt Emch, my name is Matt Lipsack, play-by-play voice here for you, the Bedurks Butcher Block High School Football Game League. One more time, that final score off the Jesse's Dairy Co. scoreboard. Mineral Ridge 46 and Matthews 12. Jim, Matt, and the coach will catch you next Friday night from New Middletown. We are going... I thought we were going to throw it to the Springfield game, but instead we are just going to throw it back to the network. So, for Matt Emch, I am Matt Lipsack. Sound out. Fade to black.
We thank you for joining us for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network, and we now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.
Welcome to Calvin's Barbershop.
You all got to see this.
I don't even want to know what you're looking at on that phone.
Well, you should. I was learning about the dangers of high blood pressure and that we need to get ours checked regularly. High blood pressure can increase the